burger in the can because
Yeah.
they could eat that shit. Fuck, I want a burger in the can. The burgers at the
That's the
fucking
type of
store not
bond
hot and
mentality.
ready. Like nigga, the fuck? I
Mentality.
need
You
no
got a burger
man,
in the can mentality. That's what you
no,
say to
I,
stupid
I,
niggas. You
I
know
guess
what?
they
You
trying to
think
tell
like
you
a
a little
burger in the can.
exactly.
shit.
You
Because when he said burger in a can at first, I was thinking like it might be a drink that's flavored like
now see
cheeseburger
burger in a bag. That's different because it could be frozen,
and
but
microwave. Yeah, frozen in
Right,
microwave.
right.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. But in
They
a
tried to
can,
preserve they tried to preserve like you know how
they
you open your
airlock the
tuna with the
burger.
pull top?
No,
It's a
that wasn't
NASA
airlock
burger.
shit.
Thank
You
you,
It's
just
a
John. With a
NASA burger.
bag.
you
With
just
a
Yes,
mush
cooking
that
NASA.
with cooking
mush
paper.
that bitch down in the
Mm.
can.
Everything was brown. She said it didn't even taste like meat.
What the
Damn.
fuck?
What it should have tasted like then? You
How you
preserved
make
the
a grime?
hamburger
She
in the
said it was
can.
grimy. Like she said it was gritty. It was gritty. How you
Son,
make a gritty burger? What
you
you
can't
got to do to
preserve
grit?
meat without freezing it, bro. Unless she pickled
That
the
shit
ground meat, you
crazy work.
heard me? Unless
It
she
had
Yeah,
pickles
but
pickled
on
it's
the
it.
easy
bun. I'm
for her to
glad you
say it
said that.
No,
tasted
no,
And it
no,
had
grainy.
no. I ain't talking
pasteurized
about the
She
chicken.
pickles
trying to
on the bun. I'm talking about the whole ground meat joint being pickled. You heard me? Like how they gonna figure that shit out? Like they
That
would
is
have to do some shit
diabolical,
like
bro.
that.
that's the
Bruh,
Breaded
food of
you don't even
desperation.
give that
burgers.
to
You know
prisoners,
what?
bruh.
I would
Burger in
consider
the
that
can,
food of
nigga.
desperation, bro. I
Man, that
can't
sounds like some
understand.
shit you feed a dog, man.
That
This
could
gonna be
be.
one of them ones, bro.
It
Burger
could
in a
be. I
goddamn can, bro.
feed a
I could
hey
see
Fido,
fucking
you want a
Burger King now.
cheeseburger?
Yeah, we got the burger in the can. We gonna give you some hot fries with the can in the burger. The
That's
can is the burger in the can. They can say the can in the burger.
yes,
I
sir.
don't know.
Well, what's good, people? Welcome to Blunt Talk Nola, Sunday edition. I'm your host of the evening, E. Dot on the spot.
Top tracks in the building.
Silent Child 17.
In the car. It's not a building. I'm in the car.
He on wheels today. Chop on wheels.
Yes. Not in the building.
What's good?
And
What's
I ain't
good?
talking
What's
about no
good?
goddamn wheelchair either. Or that little
Yeah,
thing they be putting
yeah.
on you when your leg broke and it's just you skate on one leg.
The
That shit
scooter.
is
Let's give him a scooter.
shit. But look though, so since we talking about that shit, I don't have the footage because I'm in the car. But I seen that they supposed to be putting up new blockers in the beginning, but the shit's not supposed to be strong enough to stop a truck or something from coming. Like it basically can't prevent what happened based on what they saying.
Nah, for the one that you talking about, they talking about the ones that supposed to be able to put water in those barrels. Those white ones.
Oh, I'm thinking they talking about the actual metal ones or cement
They-
ones that's in the ground.
Yeah, the metal ones, but that's like a year worth of work. They gotta dig down, put the hydraulics in it, and all that
Oh
shit.
no, that ain't no year worth of shit. Cause no.
No, think about it, bro. You gotta
What?
dig, put that shit deep enough in the ground to where if something do impact it, it don't move.
Well, you can't tell me stuff like that because I work for the water board. We make shit all the time because we can't wait. So I'm just saying, I know it's possible. We make shit like a motherfucker. Like I'm just saying, because think about it, all the parts and shit for the stuff that we use is the person that made it died over a fucking 100 years ago. So whatever we do has to literally be made by somebody.
Right here, right now, new shit.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying like them digging in that hole and fixing that shit. That's a day's worth of work or like a weekend, depending on who they put in that hole. That's all I'm saying.
But the reason I'm saying it might be a year worth of that is because you got to look at the type of area they got to cordon off, the amount of people they got to dig up close to the sidewalk, put that down, then the hydraulics.
It's just one exit. I mean, it's just one entrance because I mean it's multiple entrances. I hear what you're saying, P-Dot, but you're not about to convince me that they can't shut that one block of bourbon down for car traffic. Nah, I don't believe that. Because
What
you could
about
get
the cross
around it.
street?
I didn't been down there.
You
I
gotta
didn't
think
work
about
down
the
there
cross
long
street.
enough to know that you could use all the cross streets to get through.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
You gotta do all the
So
cross.
that's what I'm saying. So they could get the shit through there. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
Right.
yeah. They
All right.
definitely.
So they don't need a year. Like I think you're giving them too much time, but I understand the timeline. That's just too long for me.
Right.
You know.
Because oh fuck. You gotta look at the French Quarter. You gotta look at Bourbon Street.
Because you gotta think
all of the
about it. It's
crossing
not
streets.
that many businesses right there or whatever. And the ones that is right there, the trucks can pull up on the side street and bring these stuff right there for that little time being. So or they could park them bitches on Canal Street and, check it out. It just depends on what you know. So I believe it could get done. Like it should have been done before they even let people back down there. How y'all feel about them even letting people back on Bourbon Street so early? Like they just
Right.
out there already.
Right quick. You see how they rocking? We talking
All
about
that shit. The only reason they did that the way they did that is because they don't want
the funds, man. Get them funds.
the
That's
business
the
is
excuse.
complaining that they letting this interfere with business.
That's what me and Chop talked about. That's why they didn't secure them barricades like they was too, because they know they got to get them trucks in for them businesses and shit. See,
Right.
with big money want to be comfortable, but they want to be secure at the same time, and they know they're gonna have to give up one or the other when you're dealing with the public like that, and you making that amount of money coming through there. Y'all be needing them trucks to get to y'all restaurants faster and all that. So y'all had a problem with all that around there. Y'all vote for that and everything, just like everybody else. So
Exactly.
we know the deal with that. So they can't have it both ways. Me and Ty was just talking about that shit. They can't have it both ways. So I can't hold up no sympathy call for them because they know they got the money to. They could have been fixed whatever it was. So y'all already had the ones that slide and all that type of shit. I was showing all that. They had the slide joints and all that, man.
But look what
they
they
could have fixed that or did whatever. But
now, one of the things that they were talking about when it came to the ones that you talking about right now, Silent, is that they got messed up because of the conditions of Bourbon Street and the traffic and the this and the that. No, y'all didn't test that shit out before you decided to implement that. Now you want to blame that as the reason why the barriers wasn't
man, where you
up in the
bought that
first
shit
place?
from? That's what I want to know first of all. That's my question. Where you bought that shit from?
That's another good point too.
And how long you had it?
Exactly, because essentially, when you think about it, when that hotel had the collapse, that's when that shit went up. That next following year, they put them things up in the quarters. But you can't sit here and say it's because of the traffic and because of this and because of that. That's why those things weren't working. They weren't being properly maintained in the first place. You're gonna buy something and put it out and say, "Oh, we're gonna use these things."
And shit was missing and everything. Shit was missing on other streets and everything. Who gave the ordinance for that?
Exactly. Nobody thinks about the long-term effects of this thing, and then
what's that? They know the delivery trucks got to get back there, Peter. They need 10 pounds of shrimp, bro, from Brazil, bro. Okay, you need to get that in so Chef Ramsay and them could do some fire shit for the motherfucking Hell Kitchen, bro, New Orleans.
Man, them people better walk that shit down with Decatur or something. They better stop fucking playing. They better hump like them fucking Coke drivers and them Budweiser drivers be doing. Nobody don't want to hear that shit. Get your ass. Fuck no. They know what they doing.
Yeah,
they know exactly what they doing. You be seeing them niggas with them cold drinks and the beers and shit. Boy, what? Boy, I don't want to hear that shit, man.
They be walk 3 blocks, man.
Just to go make a delivery. And then got to make more than one trip.
So go watch where that food truck at, though. Go see where that food truck is.
That park right on Bourbon.
No, that bitch parked right in front of the restaurant, nigga.
Yeah,
wherever you go at, they gonna be right there, nigga. No, they don't act like you can't walk the food. That you can. No, That shit gonna be right there. The Pizza Hut truck gonna have to pull up in front Pizza Hut, or the Domino's truck. That bitch gotta pull right up there
man.
on St.
I'm
Charles.
talking
Like,
about all
no.
kind of violations, Pete. All kind of violations, Pete. You hear me, dog? All kind of violations. They don't give a shit.
Illegal parking.
You try to get their food up, man. They get mad at you. You can't get that shit up at a certain point in time, bro. Knowing they doing that shit all wrong, or not going by the standards of the law and all that shit, man. If you watch them old parking walls and Philly and shit, when they talk about them people parking and shit, them old them old series, man, they'll show you. That's be them truck drivers supposed to be them parked this way and all that way, but I gotta unload over here and I gotta do. It's that same shit, bro. So guess what? If I gotta barricade off all this, knowing that it's gonna be for safety rather than convenience, then that's, you see what I'm saying? You're gonna see results
supposed to be, yes.
Like him not even going that far, him not even getting that far into there. But when you want convenience, Peter, you break down your barriers. You make it easier for your trucks to get through. You see what I'm saying? You don't put the shit up when you know you're supposed to be and shit. Like even with that, like they try to make it like it's a mistake type shit. I don't like when they use mistake and all that. That mean somebody ain't knowing how to do their fucking job some type of way, bro. It's too many of y'all. Grandma, I didn't even know Grandma was our police chief. I had to apologize for my behavior Friday. I did not know Grandma. I did not know Grandma was our police chief. Do you have any words? I want to know what you think about our police chief, Pete. What you think about our police chief?
Bruh, I don't like the lead. You know what I'm saying? We need a leader that not just has the experience, because I don't care. I'm sorry. You being a police chief at that age, where you should be done retired and whatever, that's fine and dandy. But she don't seem like she have no new ideas. Like she looked like she's stuck on ideas that worked when she was in her prime as a police officer or whatever like that.
And she was telling on their ass too. Like, we supposed to have it like this. We supposed to have it like that. I was like,
well, okay, so if you the police chief and that's part of your responsibility is to make sure we have it like that, why the hell aren't you doing it? You see what I'm saying? Like you letting somebody tell you, well, no, the city can't afford. What you mean the city can't afford? You know what I'm saying? Like if this is what we need, this is what we need. One of the other things that I look at too, bro, is with all the law enforcement that we had down here, as well, not just state troopers, not just NOPD.
They said they had like over 300 on the street that night too, as well. Just to add into what you're saying.
They had because I started seeing Jefferson Parish, I started seeing Kenner Police, Harbor Patrol. And that's just on the outline areas. You know what I'm saying? Areas away from the Canal, Bourbon Street, French Quarter area. And dude, I'm like, there's no way in the world y'all gonna tell me that there couldn't have been a better setup to protect those people. You know what I'm saying? And looking at the video that I saw that sparked the whole thing about why there needs to be better security measures to prevent vehicle traffic from going down there. You telling me that one NOPD car parked sideways, blocking just the intersection, was going to be enough to stop somebody from saying, hey, I can jump this curb and go around this police car? When you park illegally any other time.
That's because you shouldn't even fucking been out there with your dumb ass. Look, that's why they have accidents. Because people stupid. Let one go from each section, and then you could go, my bad, y'all touching me. No road rage. But yeah, that shit you saying right though, Peter. Because look, like on side the road, right? Well, we can't do nothing like that because them wires, it don't, them wires stop them cars from jumping over, like when they put them steel wires and shit right there.
Yeah.
But the things that they put or that they would have still not stopping nobody from jumping up on top of that fucking sidewalk. The only thing that stop somebody from jumping on that sidewalk is a unit being parked right there, and a unit being. I got a video in my phone. It's so sad that I can't send it to y'all. But
Wait,
y'all
you
have been in y'all been in the quarters before and seen when they use them little them energy cars. What's the name of them little bitty cars?
Them golf carts?
Yes, them little shits.
Fucking golf carts.
That's what they got blocking Bourbon Street right now. The little golf
Man,
cart.
that shit not stopping.
With a
nothing,
bunch
man.
of fucking barricades, little plastic barricades around it.
Man, that shit not stopping. If they ain't got no listen, if they don't
like
have
police
them things
academy,
full of-
that tackleberry in them on the back.
Man, you supposed to get fucking tackleberry, man. Stop fucking playing. Y'all
Now,
tripping.
Now look.
No,
Now I'm gonna ask y'all this. Y'all think if they would have had that
We
barrier,
got Mahoney and them watching birds.
y'all think if they would have had that concrete barrier, I think if they'd have had that concrete barrier there, that would have made a big
tackleberry,
difference.
man. No,
If they'd
Peter,
had them
I
concrete
think I think if
the
they keep
concrete
them
barrier-
ones in the middle, and they put something on that sidewalk, you good. But if you don't put nothing on that sidewalk, you're not stopping nobody from getting through that bitch, son.
Yeah, but them concrete barriers, I'm sorry, you ram a truck into that concrete barrier, you're not gonna make it that far. You feel me?
Man,
I'm just be,
Them goof
Like,
ass supposed to have something like that, bro. Already, like they knew that, dude. That's the whole
They-
thing
that's
that
the
bothered
thing.
me. Cause it don't even matter, Peter. Be honest, which one? Like in my point of view, like the cement is good, and have the metal, build that bitch right there. Matter of fact, put the shit in the ground, then build it up, then put the cement on the motherfucker. Me, you see what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like do some other shit, like. But they have the technology, Pete. They got goddamn corporations and industrial chemical labs that studying metals and shit, alloys and shit. That
Right.
that's for blocking. Come on, bro. Like they
that's what
doing business
making it
with
hard.
these people, and these people trying to tell them, well, hey, fuck with this or fuck with that. The city
But
got to
don't
spend the money into
don't
what's
say we didn't
preserved.
try
Right?
to
They trying
help
to
you.
make it seem like, hey, man.
Don't say we ain't
Because
trying
the
to
lady
help
said,
you.
the lady said that they already had them bitches. The big, I think it was the big yellow one, Chop. You could correct me if I'm wrong.
That's the
They
the
say
white
they
one.
already
They
had
supposed
them.
to- like if you got that, the thing that they don't want to say is we don't want to waste the money on the water that it takes to fill them fucking things up, because you got to put the water in there to make the barrier work. If I got that plastic white barrier, you could push that
I ain't
bitch to
even
the
talking
side
about
by
that
hand.
bullshit. Nah, that's the bullshit right there. That's just supposed to just for the let you know which way to go. Like, come on, bro. Nah, that ain't. You know damn well that ain't.
No,
gonna stop
no,
nothing. I'm talking about
the
the
white
big
ones.
yellow metal things they pulled out.
Hmm?
It was
Wait,
big
wait,
ass yellow ones. Chop showed them bitches Friday. It was some big ass yellow ones. The lady said they had them already. They just ain't never put them bitches out there.
But
Yeah,
why?
and that
though?
was
When they
just
was
for the
supposed to put
sidewalk.
them
That
out there.
wasn't. That
You see what
wasn't
I'm?
for.
You know which one I'm talking about,
Yeah,
Chop?
come on.
Oh,
But see, now look at what you faced with. Now you admitting that you had what you needed to have to stop that shit from happening, and you didn't do it. So what you going? So
Y'all
when
ain't
the
see
people
that.
say,
Y'all ain't see they suing them, huh?
They
Who
say
Y'all
they
ain't see
had the
that?
shit ready for the
They suing the
bull.
city.
Who's suing who?
They
Who's
got
suing the
people-
city? The company?
They got people
no, they
suing the
got
city
people.
behind that.
The probably the families of all of the deceased victims.
Ah,
All of the
yeah,
victims, period.
all kind of
Because
shit.
all that
going
shit
on,
could have
man.
been all that shit.
Bro,
could
let's
have
go
been
with this. Yeah.
when,
I'm not surprised,
especially when
Chop.
you
That's
got
what's up.
experts who specialize in these types of events. When you think about the Golden Globes, other Super Bowl events,
Negligence.
negligence at its finest down here with this, because
They just slapped the shit out of Chris Rock, man.
you know
You just
what?
say the whoa, it's time, Peter.
You know what I'm
Nigga
thinking?
just got his ass
These-
slapped the
the-
shit out of it. Walk
The
clean.
people down here probably thought, and I'm gonna
Negligence.
say this, the leaders of the
What
city
the
probably never in a million years thought that somebody would be bold enough to try hopping the curb to go do some shit like that.
That's retarded, and that is
It-
insane.
And that's
By a
the
place
whole
full of tourism.
yes.
Man,
At
come on,
some
man.
point,
Look at all them shootings and all that they had
thank
on
you
Bourbon
on
Street and all
Bourbon.
that.
Just
Don't
the
forget
last
about
2
the
years,
shoot, the
2-3
shootings
years
and all
alone.
that. Come on, man.
Now,
People done
I
died
heard
and
one.
everything on that motherfucker.
I done heard a little
Excuse me.
dude talk about yeah, they about to start putting up metal detectors on all of the streets, all of the cross streets on Bourbon where you gotta walk through the metal detectors. They should have been doing that shit. What the fuck you mean? The first shooting on Bourbon,
I don't know.
motherfucker should have been automatically saying, well, we gonna put metal detectors up 2 blocks away. Right? That way you gotta walk through this metal detector even to get to Bourbon. You got a gun coming through this metal detector, you getting turned the fuck around. Simple. That would have eliminated a lot of that shit.
Well,
But you
it's
gotta
more
think
than
about it.
guns now, P. As we can see, the nigga had EMPs and IMDs and LLDs and SLTs in the motherfucking cooler, nigga. Set
With a
them bitches down,
BLT
then
on the
came back.
side. But again, looking at
Nigga was
looking
ready
at,
to take out impulses and electronic devices and all kind of shit.
nah,
He blew up at the house he rented. You know, I mean, it's
Yeah,
there's
bro.
other factors to this shit.
they got a lot of that shit going on.
Shit
bro.
still
And I'm
happening
really-
in Europe. Them motherfuckers ain't supposed to have guns. Shit still
Uh,
going down though. Pete, them niggas carry knives like a motherfucker,
it's gonna be-
machetes and shit.
Yeah, I was just
and
about to say
bombs.
that. These niggas getting whacked with machetes around this motherfucker. Stoned to death and shit.
I'm just saying,
Making
brother,
slingshots
some
like David
things
and Goliath.
people find they gonna find a way around it. Whatever the fuck you think you know.
Whatever you think, yeah, because
Motherfuckers
you got to think about it, son. If we've been down here all this time, we've been living down here, pre-Katrina, all that, bro.
Pre and post Katrina, that's right.
Nigga can't sit up there and tell me no. I worked down there for every bit of fucking 8 years, so nigga can't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, I ain't been in the quarter. I passed the day after that shit happened. I passed down there, son, just to see with my eyes what I could see. And
Right.
to me, it just wasn't like y'all took the shit serious enough. It's like people were still able to pass Bourbon Street. They probably wasn't able to go down Bourbon Street. But why is y'all even letting people around the motherfucker? Like, y'all
Right,
talking
that's
about
the
nigga
whole-
was putting bombs down and shit? I
That's
talked to
the
Mo
whole
Dilly
crime.
today. Mo Dilly was like, yeah, man, he would have blew up the whole fucking Ross and Nesta. I said, Mo,
No,
they ain't
dude.
fucking lying. He probably could have.
No.
You know.
He saw that shit too.
Mo
Right,
said, fuck that
but-
shit, man.
A
Bullshit,
lot of
nigga
people
could
thinking like
have.
that, dude.
Cause
bro.
we be out there, son. Just think about it, Silent, son. Like if don't nobody
Right
else be
there.
out there, nigga. We used to be out there,
Right there.
Right?
like right there, son. Like ain't
Walking
no,
up and down,
Mhm.
back and forth.
yeah.
Right where
once
he
you get
drive that. I'm
Once you
telling
get to St. Peter
Right where that
Street,
shit-
turn around and walk
Nigga,
back
we
up.
walking that way. We going to Crystalberg and shit to get fucking something to eat. Fuck, we right there.
Sure. And
I'm just
motherfucking
saying,
nigga
like,
chicken,
for
hot
people that
burgers,
don't get
nigga,
it, like,
busting.
nigga work out there. Talk to some people that work in the quarters. They'll tell you, like, nigga, they will shut that bitch down and you will have to park. You gotta park damn near by the project.
Yup. Just to walk that way. And
Or you
pray
should
your car
be
don't
going
get
like
broke.
going
And
with
pray
the
your car
wind.
don't get
Like that
broken.
old
Or they
ass
gonna tow
movie.
your shit.
Yup.
The fuck?
Go pay that $250 to get that bitch out the tow yard.
I done seen them people keep people out the quarter so good, you can't even get through off Esplanade.
Yup.
Oh, I
You
see,
right.
boy.
I'm
That
just
shit like
saying,
that.
son.
That
You
no,
right.
look,
You
but
was
that's what
right.
I'm trying to tell him, man. And then this was a slow year for them, man. That shit used to be back to back,
Bumping.
man. Chest to
Bumping.
chest, jam packed, man. That shit used to be. And then this man came around 3:30, man. So
And
three.
they
So, you see
still
what I'm
had a
saying?
good
Like,
bit of people out there.
man, they ain't had. But if you saw that, but look, well, that's my point. When you saw the people you saw out there, or the people we saw out there, that's not a big crowd.
No, indeed, no.
That's even at that time. I'm
You
telling
wouldn't
you,
have
That's
been.
not a big
You wouldn't have
crowd.
been
what?
able to duck
That's not
out
a
the
big
street
crowd.
with
Man,
that
them
No.
amount
people
of
was
people.
ready to dip. They heard him coming. Like you
Right.
saw them people by Crystals. Did that dip move? Man, shout out to y'all, man. Y'all motherfuckers don't know how good y'all
Nigga tried to
ankles is.
argue
Nigga,
me
that was
down. Nigga
Barry
was like,
Sanders
man,
shit.
that ain't Chris. I say, dog, don't try to tell me
They
about no
heard that.
Bourbon Street,
Woo.
dog.
So if they saw that,
Please.
woo, they went, woo, oh,
Please.
shit.
Matter of fact,
I said,
Man,
nigga, that
bitch
is
right
Crystal.
there. It's right
He
there.
was like,
Yep.
yeah, man, I
That
don't know
bitch
what business
right
that
there.
was they was running. I said, nigga, that is Crystal Burger.
That's
All these
Crystals.
motherfuckers that
Yeah.
move from down here and don't remember
for
the
sure.
city, nigga. Gotta remember shit like that.
That's weird. I tell you
Fuck
see
you
this,
talking about? You don't know
notice
what
this,
business
That's
that
why
was.
out
No,
of
nigga,
town
that's
is
Crystal.
just like,
That's the
man,
same
what's
shit
going
been
on? Why
there.
we don't see no videos and shit, man? Y'all niggas acting like they don't know what's going on. That whole little strip is
give me 1 second, y'all. I'm about to do.
it's supposed to be identified. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that
If
whole
you
shit's supposed to be shut
That's why I
down,
see
son.
Yeah, man, focus on
That shit's supposed to be shut down. You're not supposed to go that way.
No traffic going back and forth. That whole little section right there. It's supposed to be.
And they got
labeled
Acme
as
and
a
all
crime
that,
scene.
man.
All that.
They got Acme and all that right
All
there,
that
man.
shit,
They
all
got
that
they gotta sell their
Yeah,
daiquiris,
once you
huh?
get around
They
that
gotta sell
corner,
their fucking hand grenades, man.
they gotta sell them motherfucking the what you call it spot been right there. The bitch ain't never lose
They
business.
got
That's
that
one thing
restaurant
sells
with
in
the
New Orleans for
oysters and
sure.
shit,
The
man.
damn
They
sex shop. That
shrimp
bitch
and
ain't never
hustler.
lose no business.
Hustler.
Hustler ain't never lose no business. Bitch, y'all ain't never heard Hustler talking about they going out of business. And that's the biggest fucking hustler I ever been in my
That
life.
bitch right there too.
That bitch upstairs and
That bitch right
downstairs.
there on the
It's a
spot.
sex store. Like, what the fuck y'all got upstairs and downstairs for?
Who's
Shit.
still fucking? This man done did all this, huh, Chuck?
Come on, man. Shut that bitch down.
They got the memorial right there by the shop. God damn, you so right. That thing right there.
It's right there. I'm just saying. Shit. That's all I'm saying. Fuck. But see, people can't talk about it like we gonna talk about it
that's the
because
first thing you
they
hear on
don't
that
know.
corner, people. He
that's
ain't
the first
lying.
thing on
They
that
bought-
corner
Hustler
is
bought that.
Walgreens and then
Yeah,
Hustlers and
Hustler
fucking
bought
Crystal
that.
across the
sir.
street. Come on, man. Nah, hey, what the fuck right there? The daiquiri shop on the corner. You know,
And I
you get
noticed
your
I ain't
little
see
hat.
no
You know,
video footage from the Hustler side too. Why I haven't
They
seen
ain't got no
video
cameras
from
on
that Hustler
Hustler?
side.
Crystal ain't got no fucking
Yeah,
cameras
goddamn
either.
lie. Crystal got it. We saw the
That
Crystal
big
job. I'm
ass
sure
restaurant
the
on
other side.
that
I'd rather see
corner,
the other side,
Felix
too.
is either.
'Cause that's the driver's
None of them
side,
Rex, none of them
No,
restaurants
dude,
got camera
Felix
footage.
right there too. Show
Oh,
the
all
fuck
of them
yeah.
got. Oh, you damn well right. All of them got cameras.
Man,
but
nigga
they
gonna
only
leave me
supposed to do
alone.
what they want to show you.
But I bet before the nigga finish this podcast, they gonna be able to walk around Bourbon Street on their own. They'll be like, damn, that nigga, everything he said was right there. Yes, nigga,
All
everything.
that shit right
I
there.
don't know the name of that big ass restaurant on that corner, but I know that's where the fucking rich people go eat at. I know they got cameras on that motherfucker.
Yeah, that
Acme-
overpriced
that's
Creole
the
cuisine.
Acme
I think that's
Oyster House.
Acme. I think he right. Yep, I think he right.
That's
I
the
think that is
ambassador, the
Acme right
embassy
there.
house, huh?
Yeah,
That's the big Acme.
Oh, all right, y'all right, Peter. All right, you done been around. Fuck.
I think that is. I think he
That
right.
is the
Yep.
embassy house. Fucking right, that is.
Nah, you
Big
got
old nice fancy ass
You got-
restaurant. Go in
you
that
got
bitch
that
and spend
little-
$100 on a steak. Why the fuck y'all ain't got no camera footage?
Don't forget.
You got no camera footage.
Oh no, you got the camera footage.
Fuck.
Oh, they give it to the FBI already? Oh, all right. I feel y'all. That's what's up.
Man, them people ain't. Them
Oh,
people
they
better
gonna
stop.
give
They
it to
better
TJ.
leave that.
They
They better leave a nigga that know what they
WG,
talking
no.
about the fuck alone. That's what I
You
be
ain't gonna
saying. They
get
be
at the WDSU.
nah. They gonna man. This is our city, son. Don't try to tell me nothing.
Shit,
Change that
shit.
quick. Fuck. We just finding out.
Man.
The shit been broke, P-Dot, for since 2011, right? You wasn't on the show.
Last victim
It's
been-
the shit been
last
broke.
victim
No,
too, yo.
I'm sorry. I'm
been
sorry.
showed too. Last victim been showed too.
Oh, I seen her. I seen that
That
too.
shit been broke since
But
before.
the,
Yeah.
the barricade's been broken since 2017, P-Dot. They had more than a
Uh-oh.
year.
Uh-oh.
They had
And so
more than a
because
year.
they was
Oh
broke,
yeah.
they
Ain't
they
no-
took some of them. They
ain't
took
no-
some
And you know
of
what
them
they
down.
said?
So
And you know what they said was wrong with them, P-Dot? They said beads and shit stuck in the track. So it's gonna take a nigga a year to clean the track out?
You could have dumped some acid down in there to clean the beads out of there.
No, I wouldn't have did that. I wouldn't have did that. I wouldn't have did that. I would have.
It all depends on what the job needs.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you, P. I wouldn't have went that route. I would have literally probably sat there and picked that shit out first. Picked as much of it out as I could, and then went with some other shit. I'd have put a bunch of WD-40 all-in-one Earl on that bitch or something.
Yeah. WD-40 the fuck out that bitch had WD-40 oozing all down the street.
Stupid ass. That's another weapon, because as soon as you get close to that shit, all you gotta do is light that shit, bitch. It's gonna start a fire quick.
That's it. And melt the plastic away. I'm about to wait, I want to because this will help our viewers out too. Because this definitely will help them out understand what we're talking about when we see this is our city and we know exactly all of the different areas, especially anything involving Bourbon Street, especially that. Come on, where is that? Here.
Shout out, DD. Oh, days.
Well, it's to me, y'all. They got me talking crazy, DD. Niggas is crazy with that dumbass shit, man. Like, come on, man.
All types of fuckery.
All type of shit. You want me to believe that, man? Fuck what you talking.
Murder, extortion.
All right, so look, I'm about to put. Now, this a video from across the street where the truck hopped the curve at. I just want to know what kind of fucking camera they had, because the camera they had the audio with it. All right, this is here, y'all. Now, and another thing, when you look at this video, how they knew to highlight that specific truck out of all the vehicles that was driving down that way, how they knew
that motion shit. They got them the squares on it, huh? They got them the squares on.
Nah,
that's that motion shit too. In motion, whatever. Yeah, whatever's in motion, that it's hitting it. Yeah.
Yeah, but look, who zoomed in on it though? They zoomed in on the truck. Now, this area AI, right here,
it's AI. It's yeah.
So this like that TV show Person of Interest. Then it identified the suspect before the suspect even was identifiable.
No, it reads it like damn near. It's close. Yeah, close enough. Because
if you wanted
they have the technology to zoom in and pause frame and everything that shit on spot, live. Yeah.
Because what I was looking at was, if he wanted to, he could have hopped right behind the cop car versus going around the front of that motherfucker. Look at that wide open space right there. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all.
Yeah, once they get the frame. Once they get the frame. Oh, you talking about the police that's in the car? I don't even think that motherfucker.
Yeah, like the police car that's supposed to be blocking the intersection. There's the street.
I don't think he was even looking up. I think he was just sitting in the car thinking that nobody was gonna do no crazy ass shit like that.
No. I'm talking about personally. I'm talking about your boy. Like, if he wanted to, he could have been paying more attention. Right here. Like the dude that was about to commit the crime.
There is a fire hydrant right there, huh, P?
No. The fire hydrant back further off the corner. In front that little restaurant that be
I thought they got a fire hydrant right there.
No, there ain't no fire hydrant right there on that corner. It's like right off the corner. But that's more than look at the wide. That's even with that, that's more than enough space between that police car and this light pole right here where dude could have.
So why you think that then? Why you think he went in front of it instead of behind it?
Because they probably had another car behind. Well, my thought now is
because you're saying he had space, right? Because he
had plenty of space
right there. Is what you're saying. So why didn't he do that then?
I'm thinking they didn't have enough people right here. All the people huddled up on a corner over here. They ain't have enough people right here. You see what I'm saying? So if he really wanted to do a lot of damage, I could hop the curve and hit all these people right here. But check out the
because I'm going for the people, yeah.
Right. So check out the audio of it. Nah, that go to fire hydrant right there, Silent. Right there where my arrow pointing at. What's up? This where the fire hydrant at right here. But look at the light pole. Look how much space they had from the light pole and the little thing that hold that the sign up. But this is also the beam that hold that balcony up on that building. But there's not a lot of people right here. They had more people over here than they had right there. So when he hopped that curve, he was aiming for all them people that was on this corner. You know what I'm saying? I know it's graphic, y'all. I'm sorry, but that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? That's a precursor to what I saw happening. Cause if I'm not mistaken, let me see one more time. I think one of those. No, that's not a barrier. That's people. Yeah, he could have did either one. He could have hit them people that was right there too. But they had way more people right here though. Yeah, I just wanted to show that because Hustler, that's the Hustler store is right behind that Walgreens that's on the corner. The across the street, like Chop said, is the Crystal Burger. There's a little novelty store on that particular corner, and then there's the Country Western Bar. Across the street from that is the Acme Oyster House. Then there's, I think, a Felix's restaurant, and then a little daiquiri shop on the corner across the street from there. So, looking at the whole scenario, they had a good bit of people just within that first block alone, but it wasn't like it usually be. Like y'all see, they normally have shoulder to shoulder. You literally gotta keep your hand in your pocket to keep from getting pickpocketed out there type of people. You know what I'm saying? It's usually way more people out there. But like they say, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. Another thing that nobody's talking about too is they had the free concert that was on Decatur and all that for New Year's too, where the ball dropped. So a lot of people probably was over there enjoying a free concert versus being on Bourbon Street.
Okay, gotcha.
So that's just to give a little more context, because I don't think they even talked about the fact that they had a lot of people on Decatur for that concert across the street from St. Louis, like right in front of St. Louis Cathedral, but like not too far from Jackson Square. So all them people was out there. And we came through Decatur. It was naked when we came through there. And that was about, I'm gonna say about 2 o'clock in the morning when we drove through Decatur. They still was putting up all of the equipment from the concert.
Yeah, bro. People been rolling out, bro. It ain't been, them same turn-ups and turnouts. As I remember, you see what I'm saying? As a teenager and shit, man. But, I'm an old frog now. Shit.
Yeah, I just don't.
I be looking at that shit and like, oh man, that shit. Okay.
Yeah, y'all go ahead. Y'all can have
playing
it.
Out. It's a lot of tourists. You know what I'm saying? Like people out of town and took over it.
And the fact that they don't
if you gonna
know
come
how to
chill
enjoy
themselves, you come chill with the people, or
the locals,
your family or somebody and go find out what's popping, and y'all go do that. But
other than that, I ain't like nigga used to go
you
out
gonna
there
run on Bourbon, go to a certain spot. If you gonna go to Bourbon, you know what I'm saying? Go to a certain spot.
I'm not going
just looking to walk down Bourbon. That's tourist shit now.
Yeah, that. And even with that, bro, we gotta look at it like
just walking down that bitch. Nah,
us locals walking up and down Bourbon is just us locals walking up and down Bourbon to see what the people are doing. The tourists and how they enjoying it. So, cause really ain't nothing. We know not to go none of them fucking strip clubs on Bourbon. Up to something.
If you're a local and you walking up Bourbon, you up to something. Nigga.
We don't go there just to go to them strip clubs on Bourbon. Bourbon ain't it. You go in there and see them bullet hole ass motherfuckers up on the pole.
Go to your destination. Yeah, exactly. Go to your destination.
Right, just go to your little restaurant that you're trying to go
Go
eat
to your
out with your
destination.
folks, and then head on back to
Even
the
if you're
crib.
going to the club or whatever, go to your destination.
Go
Chilling
straight
there.
there.
Just
Do not
have a
linger.
good time and shit. It'll be lingering this shit. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good word.
don't
There you
linger.
go.
Why y'all bringing
Yeah,
this
that
to me?
shit crazy.
Baby, why y'all hold
These
on.
people do not.
Oh, y'all got anything for any other news? You chop?
Here, I'm
you
about
silent?
that.
Okay.
Breaking news, tragic details just released by Brighton police surrounding the triple death investigation yesterday. Police say a Brighton father was responsible for the death of his 11-year-old daughter, as well as the death of her grandmother. We go now to News 8's Ryan Hermaned, who joins us live from Hollyvale Drive in Brighton, where community members are starting to gather for a vigil as we speak. Ryan, what can you tell us?
Hi, Izzy. The vigil has since concluded out here, but just a short while ago, folks coming together at this house here behind me, lining candles along the street here, just mourning the tragic losses that happened yesterday. The details are absolutely horrifying as we learn them tonight. According to Brighton police, that young girl who has died at the hospital has been identified as 11-year-old Anne Mancuso. Police determined she died, quote, due to gunshot wounds. The initial response yesterday was for an unresponsive girl found on a porch. Brighton police say the two people found in an adjacent home were identified as 53-year-old Lawrence Mancuso, Anne's father, and Mary Licini, Anne's grandmother on her mother's side. Brighton police also note bullet holes were discovered in a window and open doors of the home here, again at 60 Hollyvale Drive. Now, Brighton police did say the investigation has been concluded at this point, determining that Lawrence took his own life. Brighton schools did release a statement regarding Anne's passing as well this evening, remembering her as, quote, a kind, sweet, and beautiful person in every way, a thoughtful and caring student, and a very special friend. This, of course, is just a lot to process, not just for the neighbors here on Hollyvale Drive. They're like a family here, like I mentioned, but for, the entire Brighton community, mostly people are just heartbroken over this. The neighbors that I spoke with, one of them saying that he's angry for the victims and what happened to them. We'll be bringing you further updates on this evening at News 8.
Breaking news, tragic details just released by Brighton police surrounding the triple death investigation yesterday. Police say a Brighton father was responsible for the death of his 11-year-old daughter, as well as the death of her grandmother. We go now to News 8's Ryan Hermaned, who joins us live.
Yeah, that's sad, man.
So he, grandma,
daughter,
and the daughter,
and himself. Now, questions now arise as to what could have been the possible motive for him committing such an act. And the only thing that comes to mind with me is he probably was diddling that little girl, and her grandparent on her mother's side found out and confronted him about it. And he just say, fuck it, I'm gonna kill everybody. Now, that's just my theory on it. That's not conclusive. Don't take my word for it, because I'm not sure. But I'm quite sure there's gonna be more details that surface about this situation. Because I don't see people doing stuff like that without some type of motive that led to wanting to have to do something like that. It couldn't have been behind money what the child was living with, right? So that eliminates that. The only other thing I could think about that probably oh my bad. The only thing I could think about is that's better.
Yeah.
The only other thing I could think about too is if he found out that wasn't his real child, and he, spazzed out in a fit of anger and fuck that, I'm gonna kill this little motherfucker. I've been taking care of this little bitch,
And your grandma too?
She knew about it.
She was there? Damn.
Yeah, think about it. Who be hiding the secrets for them women? You know what I'm saying? And women be keeping secrets for each other. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, she wanted your baby anyway. Bow! Shoot her. Then shoot the child. The child was running. Think about it. They finding bullet holes in doors and shit. So the child was trying to run for cover. These are all very possible scenarios that I'm talking about, people.
Yeah, you're right.
We done
like
seen
people to listen to it for themselves. Yeah.
Right. We done seen situations where dudes done actually unalive the baby mother, the baby, the whole family, because he found out that he was being lied to about that being his child. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that really does happen. So, hopefully there's more information to come out about this, that they find something that is a little more conclusive, that other than just telling us, oh yeah, it's a double murder and a suicide. And I don't like the fact that they put out information like this without having all of the information to give. Because speculation is
I think he I know I'm just thinking like why I think they know more than what they saying. It's like that's all they just kind of releasing to the public, but what they choose to release makes them look like they don't know. They won't. They still don't know what the fuck going on.
Right.
It's kind of fucking with me. I'm gonna listen to it one more time and I'm gonna pass it to you, Pete.
Breaking news, tragic details just released by Brighton police surrounding the triple death investigation yesterday. Police say a Brighton father was responsible for the death of his 11-year-old daughter, as well as the death of her grandmother. We go now to News 8's Ryan Hermaned, who joins us live from Hollyvale Drive in Brighton, where community members are starting to gather for a vigil as we speak. Ryan, what can you tell us?
Ryan, goof ass, cold as a motherfucker, Pete. Get it together, Ryan.
Hi, Izzy. The vigil has since concluded out here, but just a short while ago, folks coming together at this house here behind me, lining candles along the street here, just mourning the tragic losses that happened yesterday. The details are absolutely horrifying as we learn them tonight. According to Brighton police, that young girl who has died at the hospital has been identified as 11-year-old Anne Mancuso. Police determined she died, quote, due to gunshot wounds. The initial response yesterday was for an unresponsive girl found on a porch. Brighton police say the two people found in an adjacent home were identified as 53-year-old Lawrence Mancuso, Anne's father, and Mary Licini, Anne's grandmother on her mother's side. Brighton police also note bullet holes were discovered in a window and open doors of the home here, again at 60 Hollyvale Drive. Now, Brighton police did say the investigation has been concluded at this point, determining that Lawrence took his own life. Brighton schools did release a statement regarding Anne's passing as well this evening, remembering her as, quote, a kind, sweet, and beautiful person in every way, a thoughtful and caring student, and a very special friend. This, of course, is just a lot to process, not just for the neighbors here on Hollyvale Drive. They're like a family here, like I mentioned, but for, the entire Brighton community, mostly people are just heartbroken over this. The neighbors that I spoke with, one of them saying that he's angry for the victims and what happened to them. We'll be bringing you further updates on this evening at News 8.
Yeah, they really didn't have a lot to go on. They
mentioned the grandfather too. I didn't see nothing. Ain't nothing happened to the grandfather.
Oh, the grandfather might have been at work when
that's
all
the part
that
I
shit
was
went
talking
down.
about.
My bad.
Yeah, he might have been at work when all that shit went down. So he probably wind up coming home and finding cops around his house, or somebody called him like, "Hey, Bob, there's been a shooting at your house. The police say everybody dead." That's fucked up though. But again, they say at an adjacent home, so they live next door to each other. Like the in-laws live next door to everybody. You see what I'm saying? And then they say they found bullets in the window and open doors in the home, which would say to me that they was running, trying to get away. You know what I'm saying? Run, close the door behind me. That'll, like they always tell you in the close the doors behind you. That'll slow the killer down or whatever like that. Yeah, you got to fight to open the door because the door locked. So shoot through the door. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's just like I said. That's just my mind thinking about that type of stuff, man. I really don't know, how much more of a scenario you could like that. The two best scenarios I could come up with in mind is the first two I ever did. Like, was this his child? Did he feel some type of way about him finding out that this wasn't his child? Or, what could have been some other scenarios that was going on like that too? Yeah, that's crazy, man. And we say crazy, but we mean evil. When I say crazy, I think of these motherfuckers just had evil intentions in their heart, and it manifested itself to the point where they could actually go ahead and do the shit. Like, fuck it, I'ma just do this and unalive myself.
Yeah, update the people.
I guess we'll wait to Chop to come back and see if he had any other news. But for right now, I'm gonna move into the main topic of the segment, which is there more going on, or was this just a actual terror attack? Because there's a lot that has to be discussed about this, and I think one of the videos I'm gonna present first and foremost, is gonna be about the different experts talking about what could have been done to minimize the casualties and victims of the scenario with the guy on the truck in the French Quarter. So let's get to it.
The New Orleans attack is forcing law enforcement agencies across the country to rethink how they handle upcoming events.
We got the Big 12 men's basketball tournament coming up in Kansas City in March, a potential Super Bowl victory parade in February. What happens then? Fox 4's Shanna Russo continues our coverage tonight. She's near downtown Kansas City.
So we spoke with two experts about that tonight. One of them provides security for high-profile events, while the other is a retired police lieutenant with decades of experience. The excitement of the new year turned into chaos following Wednesday's terror attack in New Orleans.
This is a massive attack, one that we haven't seen in quite a long time.
Retired police lieutenant Randy Sutton called New Orleans a soft target for two reasons. One, the large amount of people in one area, and two, no constructive barriers to keep the attacker out.
You can drive a vehicle up onto the sidewalk and get around a barrier. The barrier is working.
That likely means changes are already happening to upcoming events in bigger.
So, if I'm not mistaken, this corner looks exactly how the corner that dude.
That's the same thing I said.
This corner, look at how much space he has. So, Chop, you right. If they would have put barriers like right in this area, all the way across, he wouldn't have been able to just hop that curve like that from all the way around here to all the way down there. He wouldn't have been able to get up there. And that still give the people the freedom to, chill or whatever, or, but this is a lot of space. This is a truck could easily fit through this. And these little poles right here.
What they would have to do is put the poles all the way across, and the ones that's on the sidewalk would just have to be big enough for people to walk between.
Yes, but not big enough for a vehicle to fit in between.
Right.
Because that looked like almost a remnants of how the corner itself is. All them corners on Canal Street is shaped like that. Even if you look across the street, look at the space across the street from the light pole to the corner.
Cheap ass supposed to have them poles going clean across that whole curve, man.
But really, if you gonna do it like that,
all right there.
you might as well put them
poles
all the way down the block.
To be right there. With that slant, with that slant at the walk up.
Fucking stripper poles. I wouldn't give a fuck what it is. Poles. Just put the poles up there.
Poles and spike strips.
Y'all won't look fancy and all that anyway. Y'all did that on the back streets. You got the little horses. Y'all, you know what I'm talking about, chap? You got the little horse heads on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. Yeah, look, I'm gonna tell y'all some real shit though. I don't think people think about, right? We had a whole 150,000 plus more people in New Orleans before Katrina. We still ain't had no shit like that happen.
Fuck no. Not at all.
We got less people, so it's less people to police too, right?
Yes, way less
yes,
people.
Sir. Yes, sir.
That's 150,000. Will we say?
We got more technology and less people, and we still can't get the job done.
Nope. And we even said it in our podcast that we did maybe what that is like 2 years ago, a year or two ago. Yeah, like 2 years ago when we were talking about the police and the budget. Ain't no fucking way you telling us with a $396 million budget you don't have enough money to recruit and retain police officers, right? So part of your budget could go toward taking care of getting barriers put up to protect the civilians. That would help you do your job.
It's in the Super Bowl budget, Pete. You know they got to ask for money in the new shit just so they could get money they should have been had. The shit been broke since 2017, but it's in the Super Bowl budget.
So, it should have been in the Mardi Gras budget, the Super Bowl budget, the Essence Fest budget, Jazz Fest budget. The list goes on and on. All these fucking conventions that come down here. You see what I'm saying? All these conventions that come down here where hundreds of millions of dollars in tourists.
You gotta think about it too, though. Now, in their defense, we is the city of love, bro. Like we ain't the angry motherfuckers like that. You know, they say something about the crime and shit, but you know, we still got we number one in hospitality, bro.
This shit, we got nothing but love for you, baby, but we still need to be protected. We still need protection, even though we could be the city of love. We still need protection. Love can't stop you from getting run over by a truck.
We the Big Easy.
It depends on if it was past the love truck or not. Buddy Love. Fuck.
Buddy Love, yeah, you need some protection.
We got hospitality. You do a lot of stuff when you come down to this motherfucking job. I tell you, boy. But they be trying to make little rules and shit. That would be pissing me off though about it, fellas. Like y'all don't know this shit already. Why y'all just didn't set up poles that go clean across all that?
Or put up
and
fucking
down. It ain't gonna even look bad. It's gonna go with the tradition.
Y'all making me want to pass down there right now.
You done already changed
just to see what's up there, like, you know, see what they got today.
I done seen it in the added some stores, because I ain't been
probably
down there in a long time.
The same thing that they had up there that night, a fucking police car sitting in the middle of the intersection, blocking it off. That's all they got up there. That's all they got up there.
Right there been like that, though. Yeah, the only thing new on that damn block right there is that damn bench they put out there. But how the street made, the tree, how the pole
gonna go out there
and
see these things right here. These little paper barricades blocking the street. That's what you go see. These fucking things.
Them paper barricades. I'm telling you. And that little bit of ass smart car.
Trash and everything. All that's the same. By that dumb ass trash can. All that's the same. Yep. That
who
same.
You got
only
to be,
thing new in the view is that damn bench right there where them dudes at. Just think the umbrella joint. That's the newest shit. Everything,
that's the newest thing. And then look, you put that bitch right by the garbage can. So I wouldn't even want to eat wherever this is, wherever place this is. I wouldn't even want to eat there because you got this fucking bench right here by the fucking garbage can. I'm gonna be smelling food.
No, but see, they trying to be cute with them little bitty dumb ass garbage cans when they were supposed to get the wider joints that look more festive to the
city, right?
Streets, but
they want cute as shit. Man, them big ass
Yeah,
cans they used
child,
to
like
have.
you
Remember the
know,
ones they used to pull the little black thing out?
yo, let
Nigga used to
people go.
hose the whole can down. Man,
Yup.
yeah.
Come on, man.
Give me
Put them
that.
bitches up
Trash
there.
bags and all that. Y'all know people gonna have trash, bro. Y'all let people come down here and do what? Eat and drink. That's
What
the
they
two
want
things
'em.
that
That's the
that
motto.
gets trash.
But let me.
I
let
mean,
this
you gotta
finish
put
playing
your
right
bags out there like that. That shit crazy.
cities like here in Kansas City, where the Big 12 Men's Basketball Championship will happen in March, with the potential for yet another Super Bowl victory parade in February.
Yes, because, and if it doesn't, it should. Right after,
Oh, y'all remember that shit happened in Kansas?
Yeah, they had a riot or something like that.
Man, niggas shot that bitch up after the
Fresh
game.
my memory. Fresh my memory.
After the game, remember them boys had won the Super Bowl. So at the Super Bowl party,
The Super Bowl.
you know, their little parade and shit. You know, somebody was out there, you know, they was getting into it with people and niggas went to shoot. A few people got shot and shit at that parade.
I don't think there's a way that you
Gotcha.
could really stop that type of shit from happening, though, bro. That's too.
It is if you control the whole area. See, what we learning is they have technology to know if people got guns on them and all this type of shit. That's not like something that's old or that type of shit.
That's
It's
what I'm
technology.
saying, child. That's a good point, bro. Bro, did y'all see them drones, bro? So you can't have a drone that go over crowds that have sensors on them to say who got guns and all that? Or is that going against some type of security guideline to where you can't scam people like that now? Because y'all act like y'all can, but then you act like you
Basically,
can't.
it
Let me
goes
know.
against-
I'm trying to figure it out.
Like first and foremost, we gotta look at it like this here. For
Because
you
the
to
drone
scan
could go
me-
as high as low as you want that motherfucker to go, and you
Yes,
know,
it
all you
do.
gotta do is put
If
a
you
little
go to
component on
the
that motherfucker.
if you go to the
and it's gonna
St.
do its
Bernard
job.
Parish Fair, the drone, and once one battery start going dead, they send the other one up, bring the other one in, and that motherfucker, and it's got a spotlight on it with a camera, so they could see ain't going on at that St. Bernard Parish Fair, like the one that be right there on Judge Parade. They got drones that be flying over that fair with the, like I said, with the spotlight and the camera, so they see everything. But the thing about using that type of technology to detect whether someone has a weapon on them or not, it kind of goes against the right to privacy, and it would be considered illegal search or seizure, because if I have a gun on me, but I'm not in the act of committing a crime, you can't use probable cause to say, oh well, because you had this gun on you, I gotta arrest you, or I gotta detain you, or I gotta search you, or nothing like that, because you don't have any legal leg to stand on when it comes to that. I actually have to commit a crime for you to do anything. You see what I'm saying? That's like somebody saying, oh, you gonna make me slap the piss out you. Well, until there's an actual slap, that's the only time the crime has actually been committed. I could say what I want. That doesn't mean I'm going to do you anything. Now, until I do you something, it's just a perceived threat. All I could do is prepare just in case you do something. Then I'm able to do something. And that comes from me having actual conversations with police officers about how that shit go. Now,
I don't have to go to Harvard to know what you're doing. You know what I'm trying to say to you, man? Do you? Yes, you do. Well, then shut the fuck up. You don't tell me how people react to me. I know what people are doing no matter what they say. Because I read minds, you dig? I don't take no shit off of you. You lying through your fucking teeth. I know it, you know it, and this fucking hoe know it.
Come on, leave me alone.
Yeah?
So you was able to get the phone?
That's all I saw in my head when you said that shit.
slap the piss out, yeah.
Yeah, that's like, yeah. When you said when I'm about to bet the piss out, that's the whole thing.
With no
Oh, man,
hesitation.
continue.
That nigga said that shit with no
Continue.
hesitation too. So that, but see, like
They
like
lying
you
through their
said, Chop,
fucking teeth. I
when-
know
when-
it, you know it, Chop know it.
now that's the other thing. Now, if I have it set to where it's just like I said, if I got metal detectors from Canal all the way down to Elysian Fields, and I'm cordoning off Bourbon, that means from Decatur to Bourbon, from what's one street over from Bourbon going up? Toulouse. Is that
Orlando
Toulouse?
just had that little shooting too before this and all that. Remember they had the thing at the Thanksgiving joint. They had the dude, and know what that was? North Carolina ran through all them people. They said he was with another radical group and shit. And so
that kind of puts you in the mind of we gotta think about it.
Gonna do what when niggas coming with trucks and superchargers, P-Dot?
Right. You can't. I mean, but
it's
like
different ways. You see what I'm saying?
But if we speaking on the people with the guns though, like that's one way of being able to do it is by installing metal detectors that can detect that shit.
You ever heard that saying, guns don't kill people, stupid motherfuckers with guns kill people?
Of course
that
we do.
So true.
Of course we do. We know stupid motherfuckers with guns kill people, but that's the problem. You don't know which stupid motherfucker gonna be the one with the gun.
And you don't know what stupid motherfucker gonna run over 15 people.
Right. So there's real.
He did have some shit on him though too. So I don't know. You
but
do have a point too.
One of the big things I look at is who knows what lies in the heart of a man that's contaminated with evil. You know what I'm saying? And you really don't know what goes through a nigga's mind.
Cocktails and shit. That shit all liquor, and then you can drink on bourbon, right?
Right. You
what if it's just like a bottle of liquor? Put that bitch in there, light that bitch on fire, and throw that motherfucker on. I mean, it just. I hate to.
Put ideas out there.
Crazy right now. Yeah, shit. I gotta transfer this type of energy into something more positive, man.
But this is the type of
goddamn money.
But these are the types of things that like I'm saying, bro, we don't know. So the biggest thing that can be done is to prepare and hopefully believe that a motherfucker hasn't came up with countermeasures to go circumvent what you have prepared to do. So say they go ahead and put those little barriers up, right?
He say them little barriers. See, you did that just now, like women be doing, bro. Women be doing that, bro. And or people that I ain't gonna say just women, men be doing that shit too to belittle something.
Well,
you already I didn't say you put your little barriers up.
I ain't mean it that way, but just say you put the barriers up.
You already said it ain't shit. Look.
Right?
You done already dismissed it.
You put the
when you put that lil in front of it, you done already dismissed it, nigga.
Yeah, that did kind of dismissed
it. You see, let's say you put your little barriers up, right? Go ahead, my bad, Peter.
But you get the barriers put up.
You right.
You get the barriers put up. You get the metal detectors put up. Now what do you have to prepare for? You got to prepare for motherfuckers with knives, which if you go through a metal detector, it would detect that knife. True. But you got all them restaurants out there. Nigga go in there and pretend to go in there and sit down, eat, and walk out with a fucking steak knife. Now you got a motherfucker with steak knives walking down Bourbon Street shanking people. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, you got people with liquor. I'm walking down the street with it could be a cup of liquor. I throw that cup of liquor on you and strike a match at your ass.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
So what is the purpose of whatever's going on at the time after y'all done did all these traumatic things that a person shouldn't be
remember back in the day, niggas used to somebody was dumping acid off the balconies up there in the quarters. Remember that shit? They still ain't catch the motherfucker that was dumping the acid on the people off the balcony. You see what I'm saying? There's so many people out there, you can't stop every act of crime.
Now, let me ask y'all a question. I don't know.
You can prevent
some
of the stuff like this. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. By things looking like you saying basically, okay, he made that turn. he made that turn on a strategic level to actually take these people out. Now, this man is a dark-skinned man, right? So they're ignoring the fact of that too, because of the act that actually happened is not conditioned in our brains for this to be happening from a melanated man. Is he considered to be black because he is born in America, yo?
Yes, he is.
He did military training and everything, you know.
Yep.
I ain't gonna get too much into that because, you know, my dog got something lined up for that. But these are some of the factors too that I noticed that is kind of offsetting, but not talked about as far as what we call the black community, the black culture. And I'm confused because, you know, when it's something good or when it's time to rep something, it's like we're there, you know, or when they're getting shot by a white cop. You gotta get shot by a white cop for Ben Crump and him to come out. Yeah, you gotta get shot by a white cop. This is my concern with a lot of this too, and radical groups, and that's the first one, Pete. But and my second one is radical groups. Radical groups, taking action on things and understanding, you know, strategic moves and how they have things set up, and the news calling him a lone wolf, but looking at those two things, if you have any understanding on one or the other, or either one of them, if you look it up, the moves he made, it wouldn't seem to me as a lone wolf. So, what would be your? So if he's not, then you see what I'm saying? Like, what would be your assessment on that? Because the FBI act like it wasn't even a terrorist attack. So,
all right. So,
yeah,
looking at
your thoughts, yeah.
So,
that was so
part of this, so part of this goes into some of the stuff I got lined up with the topics for this evening. If he were a lone wolf, the video evidence that they have would only support that he was staging something that he just wanted to do, and it looked like because even and the reason I say this is gonna go into one of the videos that I was talking about. They take like I told y'all, one of the first news media outlets that came up said he had an ISIS flag on his truck. Okay, so I went and found the videos that showed him with the ISIS flag, all that, right? Part of the problem that the lady in the video highlighted is the ISIS flag was hung upside down. If I'm gonna represent ISIS, right, as a terror cell, I'm gonna brand your flag the right way. I'm not gonna hang it upside down. Hanging the flag upside down is what? Disrespectful, right? Like how do you see? If we hang the American flag upside down, we're disrespecting the country. We're being non-patriotic and all that. Well, he was hanging the ISIS flag, also the ISIS flag was hung upside down, which in the video I have, he never put the ISIS flag on the truck. He just took it and put it in the back. Another thing that I saw.
Yeah, they said it was wrapped in a jacket or some shit, huh?
They that's what the lady was saying. It looked like it was a pole.
I heard something about
that was wrapped.
Like that. Yeah,
it was a big.
They wrapped the police wrapped it up. I think they didn't.
No. I got
the police wrapped it up.
No, I got a video of him putting.
He probably just said, "Fuck it," huh?
Yeah, I got a video of him putting the same pole that they say the ISIS flag
Yeah, I
was
seen
on
that. I
in the
seen
back
that
of the
too.
truck,
You know
right?
that's
But
by
it
that
didn't
rented.
look like no
That's by that
flag. It just looked,
Airbnb that he rented.
yes,
That's by that
right.
Airbnb. Yeah, I
So
know what you're talking about.
now look,
Yeah,
they
I
say
showed a piece
after
of
he
that.
left the air. Now this and this goes back to why I'm saying what I'm saying about how the fuck they say they got all these videos and evidence of this and that and the other when the Airbnb got burned to the ground. If he supposedly went in,
No, it ain't get burned to the ground.
well, it got
It
burned.
got burned in the inside.
Yeah, he set it on. He set it on fire.
And me
right?
and Chop were trying to figure out about that shit. How he set it on
Right.
fire, and he got back to it when did the
No.
fire happen too?
The
You see what I'm
fire
saying?
happened. He set the Airbnb
I got that
on
coming
fire.
up when you yeah, I
Oh,
got
okay.
that coming up for you when you no, not right now, but go ahead. What you were saying?
Okay, well, the reason I was about to say that is because one of the videos I had that I was supposed to present Friday that I couldn't showed him bringing the gas can in the house, and I think the person that who house ring bell cam that they had was the one that called the police or the fire department and say, "Hey, I smell smoke in my neighborhood. I believe my neighbor set this house on fire." Right? So, but 10 minutes, that's a lot of time for something to be burning, considering the fact I used an accelerant.
Yeah, they ain't know nothing. Them people, everybody was calling in. Soon as they said that shit, yeah, if y'all know anything, man, they got flooded with fucking calls, man. Hell
Right,
yeah, we
but think
saw it.
about
Y'all
it.
goof ass. What the fuck is
If,
wrong with y'all? Y'all
look.
the FBI.
But look, this what I'm saying though.
Fuck you, man.
If
My
10
bad,
minutes after the
This
guy
shit crazy,
left,
We thought
like,
y'all
'cause
was
it-
watching us and shit. We thought y'all was the eye in the sky, huh? What the fuck?
right, Big Brother.
I'm
that
telling
they
you,
call
bro.
it.
These people crazy, bro. Go
When,
ahead.
when
though.
you think about it, from the video and the way they giving the timeline, it's like, oh, you could see him going back and forth, putting stuff in the truck. The last thing he brought out was the ISIS flag. The last thing he brought in the house was the can of gasoline. And after he brought the gas in the house, he spent less than a minute. He came out and then he left. Okay, but the person who called the fire department or the police reported that that was 10 minutes of the house being on fire before he noticed that the house was, you see what I'm saying, being burned. Bro, think about it. 10 minutes is a long time for a house to be burning. That bitch should have been burnt to the ground in 10 minutes. You see what I'm saying? Think about it. Fire consumes a lot of shit. You use an accelerant to set your shit on fire. So what specifically was burning? Or did he have somebody working with him that went unnoticed? You see what I'm saying?
With
You
his
see what I'm
long
saying?
wolf ass, huh?
Right.
That's what I'm trying to figure out, bro. It's too much
Ooh.
going on to say he doing
'Cause
all this shit by himself.
Three
It's too
different
much, bro.
coolers.
Too much going
Three
on.
different coolers with, like they say, they found 3 coolers in 3 different locations, all with ordinances in them, set and
Yeah, I
primed
think
and
Chop
ready to
said
be
something
blown
about
up.
a woman that was with him or something too. I think.
Yeah, bro, that's
I'm
what I'm
mistaken.
saying. Like, well, because they said it was more than one person at one point. It was like 2 men, which was the deceased, another man, and a woman. Well, where are these people? Did they stay at separate Airbnbs? How were you able to put all these different items in different places and nobody said nothing about the fact that you left a fucking cooler on a curb in the French Quarters and nobody went and looked in the bitch? You know, niggas is nosy. White people know this. Hey, he might have left some beer in that cooler. Let's go see.
No, P. Nowadays, bro, people mind their business, bro. If I see a cooler sitting up, I'm not going to open that shit. I'm not, bro.
Yeah, white
I'm
folk
walking
would.
past that. I ain't got no
drunk.
man. That's not my business. I don't know, bro. He got away with it. That's what I'm saying. You gotta think about it. It already happened. It already happened. That mean people really didn't pay attention They don't pay attention to shit and be in their phones and shit. Think about it, Pete. Everybody damn near in their phone anyway.
Head down on their phone, walking.
Oh man, you ain't trying to see what's in no cooler unless you homeless or something. Now, why a homeless nigga didn't pick up a cooler is the better question.
Right, considering homeless people walk through them corners all day long.
You got
begging for change.
You got bums and all kind of shit. Yeah, nigga saw the cooler ain't like if you'd have seen one of them, why they ain't open it. But
right, but think about it.
I don't know. I could kind of see it, but I get your suspicion on it too.
It's a lot of suspicion involved in this, bro, and it's a lot of other things that are not being said. Okay, let's talk about this. Where's these alleged videos that he supposedly posted on Facebook before he left from Houston to come down here to New Orleans to do the attack? Oh, the Fed say he got videos of this and this and this. Okay, well, why the fuck we not seeing the videos then? It's not like you could be able to charge him with anything, right? He's dead. You killed him already. The only thing you could be doing is processing the videos to see if there might be something that would lead to him having an accomplice, which at this point you don't. Because at first you said it was more than one person, then you turned around and said it was just him acting as a lone wolf. Then now you went back to there might be more than one person. Now we back to him being a lone wolf again. So you don't have nothing to go on. So why not let the people see what the fuck was being said in these so-called videos? Because for all we know, you could be doctoring that shit up to make it look like he said something when it's actually nothing to be said. Because I really think that of insanity. Because if I'm an IT personnel, I was never in, right? So there was no chance of me getting recruited while in the field to join ISIS, and being that he's military personnel serving in active capacity in the IT department, somebody would have definitely saw that he was being recruited from intelligence over his head, right? So why the first thing we looking at is the fact that, oh, he had an ISIS flag and he could have been radicalized. Well, how the fuck, when did he have the time to get radicalized? And why nobody never caught that?
Talked about that,
right?
Talked about that too.
Well, if that's the case, then that means everybody at the base where he was stationed at need to be investigated for being potential terror suspects, right? Everybody. You come from Fort Bragg, right? The dude that did the so-called bomb in that Trump hotel out there in Las Vegas, Fort Bragg. But he was stationed, he lived in Colorado, drove all the way from, rented a truck in Colorado, drove all the way to Las Vegas with fireworks in that bitch. A green beret.
And he wasn't even much a Muslim.
And he wasn't a Muslim. So why we not talking about him being potentially radicalized by ISIS then? What I'm saying? Why we gotta keep? Why just because it's a person of color, they gotta be connected to ISIS?
This shit crazy.
They
could be connected to whatever. I mean, it's weird. It's weird that we don't. That's why I brought up the radical groups and shit earlier, bro. Like a lot of these people are military trained or better. I'm gonna say it like that. When it comes to stuff like this, for some reason, people. So look at that connection too as well.
Wait, another thing we got to think about too. Where in the fuck in the U.S. can you go buy an ISIS flag without that shit being suspect?
At Temu. You should want on Temu.
You know what? I'm not playing with you right now. That nigga said off Temu, he probably spent $1.95 on an ISIS flag. But that do make sense though. They sell everything. They sell a whole bunch of shit.
Amazon went soon. That man got him my ISIS wrapper right quick. Made it happen, P. You know?
These, bruh, I don't know, man. These people
They still exist. I didn't know ISIS still exists. We talked about ISIS still out here. Damn, why the government didn't tell us?
Man, nigga talking about they got a whole ISIS. They got nigga talking about they got a whole group of ISIS motherfuckers
rocking like this
out there in fucking somewhere in Texas. A whole bunch of Mexicans walking around talking about ISIS. Oh man, come on, cut this shit out.
Oh, they doing that too. So it's a whole theme now with it.
Yeah,
of course. Yeah, these new kids, they weird, bro. Everything, yeah.
Everything is a big joke.
Everything got followers.
Right.
No, everything got followers. They gone. They idiots. You know what an idiot is? Go look it up. And they got a movie called Idiocracy. That's what we running our country off of. And it's happening, bro.
Oh wait,
Idiocracy.
I didn't even see the comments that Grace was putting up. They say they do that all the time. You hear about other culprits, and then it changes to a lone wolf, and then she say every damn time. Right? Okay, so this one, she said suspicious nosy women like me want to know too. Brother is dead. Witnesses being dismissed. Bunch of innocent people dead. Law enforcement think we're stupid. You ain't lying, Grace, because when they had that hotel collapse down here and that lady kept telling everybody her husband was unaccounted for, they took almost a whole year to figure out how to get that man's body from up there. When people like me who think logically were saying you could send somebody up there on a crane hoist, right? Bore a hole in the concrete in four different spots that could pick up the whole slab and bring that shit down to where they could have got them bodies from up there. The Hispanic people who knew what was going on with that got sent back to Mexico, and they was like, oh, well, we don't know what happened to the other people. Y'all sent them packing. Didn't get them people no money, no nothing. Sent them people packing, clean up out of here. We don't need you telling the truth about what happened over here. Keep your truth to yourself and get the fuck back out of this country. That's what they did. So you right, Grace. It's always being... Think about it. Yeah, she right. When have you ever known a crime scene where multiple people were all get to go home at one time? Nobody gave their information to the police, nothing. But everybody got a video. All them cell phones and cameras and all that shit out there, man. Them people should have. All right, look, we need everybody on Bourbon Street to give up their cell phones so we could go through the video evidence that you have at the time all this happened. See what I'm saying? That's like the murder mystery shows. Nobody leave the room. But so let's get to it. You had anything else you wanted to present, brother?
As far as other news, or we in a segment already?
I'm guessing we could go ahead and go to the segment. Okay. Let me get to the next video and get that one set up right quick, because we did run kind of long on that one. But that's fine. I'm content with that, because I believe
I got a couple of little videos. I just want to show y'all some shit for the segment. I'll get into that though.
All right.
What you believe though? What you was saying?
I was saying, because I believe there's more that we're not being told. It's a lot we're not being told. Now, this video is from the attacker, the New Orleans attacker's family, and this is his brother. His brother is 18 years younger than him, and the information that he's gonna tell the news reporter kind of shed some light into the situation about his brother and why we hold on, I'm having technical difficulties. Why we need to be looking at the fact that some other shit might have been going on too that potentially could shed some better light on the situation. So check this one out right quick.
In a KFDM exclusive, the brother of Shamsuddin Jabbar says these actions were completely unlike the Army veteran.
KFDM Sydney Ferguson is in studio now after speaking with his family earlier. In Sydney, how did they find out?
Kimberly Aaron Abdur-Jabbar says one of his aunts actually called him to share the news. It was normal for the family not to spend holidays together, but his brother's actions have completely blindsided and devastated their family.
I'm still shocked by the whole thing. It still doesn't seem like it actually happened.
14 people dead and dozens of others injured after a truck plows through New Year's Eve celebrations on New Orleans' Bourbon and Canal streets. 24-year-old Abdur-Jabbar assumed someone was having mental health issues or was angry. He didn't think the driver would be his own brother.
I just dropped my phone and crawled into a corner somewhere and started crying.
With an 18-year age gap, Jabbar says he and his brother, 42-year-old Shamsuddin Jabbar, weren't always close, but had grown closer since their father suffered a stroke in 2023.
He was coming around a little more often to check on him and if there's anything he needed.
Jabbar says his brother was kind, caring, and compassionate, a description completely opposite to how the world has come to know him. Since the deadly attack, the FBI has found evidence Shamsuddin talked about killing his family as well.
That's unbelievable, honestly. I can't imagine him doing anything like that.
Jabbar says his brother only returned home to Beaumont 2 or 3 times a year. The last time the siblings saw one another was 6 months ago.
Everything was just how he had always been with me and around the rest of his family, you know, full of love, well-mannered, well-tempered, helpful.
While the family's imam says Shamsuddin seemed different, Jabbar says he showed no signs of the acts he would commit on New Year's Day.
He grew out his beard and he became more modest in his dressing. Nobody's seen anything like this coming.
Jabbar says he isn't sure when his brother may have become radicalized, but it isn't something his family condones or believes in.
I'm going to pause it right there. Now notice what the brother said. He doesn't know when his brother may have become radicalized, but that's something that their family don't believe in or condone. So why are we put under the impression? Right, his changes in behavior.
He did say, yeah, and
those little changes,
they had
right?
some
But
stuff. I should, and just to remind you though, P, I did show this Friday too, and one of our discussions was why they showing that man side view and shit too when y'all was trying to keep the fucking man anonymous. You show the side of his face like people ain't gonna recognize that it's something was crazy to us. And
well, it looked like she was the only. It looked like she was the cameraman and the interviewer at the same time and didn't set the shit up right.
Her ass should have kept it on his feet and on his hands like she showed the other time. She should have just kept it right there. She didn't have to set up nothing behind his head like that if you're trying to keep him anonymous.
Right, because now people gonna be looking.
You can see who this dude is, man. It's crazy, but I'm just saying about the changes happen. Some stuff did happen in between those changes. So the brother is telling you that he really wasn't around me neither. He kind of popped up and started helping out with Dad too, Pete. So think about that. Yeah.
Right.
I don't really know his brother like that.
Taking care of Dad after Dad had a stroke, but 6 months. That's
what I'm trying to tell you. Brown wasn't even around like that neither.
Even
though he knew he was Muslim and they was into that, he was always a good guy as he knew him to be. You see what I'm saying? He don't really know around like that since they didn't grew up. Pete, think about what I'm saying. It's a gap. It's a gap between of him actually really knowing his brother.
And it is an 18 year. Yeah, that 18 years is a big gap.
So, all right, just put all that in the factor too when you're thinking about well, why you didn't know with this or why they didn't know this, because nigga, I haven't been around this nigga. He ain't been around me. But I can tell you certain little things that did change from when I knew him. So when you put that into factor, it's like, you could just speak on little subtle things because you really still don't really see that too much change is different. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Yeah, that side profile view is very telling, considering you could look at you could literally make out what his face looked like just based off the side profile view.
How would
You know
they
what
do
I'm
that,
saying?
bro? They ain't shit. Yeah.
That shit, yeah,
Change it up.
bro. We been through that. Oh. Okay, cool.
This is completely out of character, fam. You know, these actions. And they're also not any type of representation of what it means to be a Muslim.
Jabbar says his brother's actions aren't the essence of who he was, but it is a legacy he leaves behind.
Mhm. Now, the thing that kind of got me is this is how the flag. Wait, where it say? There it go. Oh, come on! I'm trying to get it right on that. This is how the dude. This is how he put the flag in the back of the truck. That flag wasn't on the pole like they saying it was. That flag was on the just tucked into the back of the truck, like where all this stuff at back here. Dude laid this part of the flag down in the back of the truck, and the pole was the only thing sticking out, right? But now we see video, they showing us video of the truck the way it is right now, ran against this little thing right here with the pole standing up in the back.
Yeah, I gotta disagree with you on that one, because when he spent that bin, bro, that flag was on the back of that truck, bro. There's front footage of that when he turned that corner, bro. And if you go back to that old video, you show that thing was standing on the back of the truck. It was wrapped up though. It wasn't exposed. I think they said something was wrapped on it, like a jacket or some shit you were saying.
I'm trying to see if
definitely
I
had
can
that on the
pull
back of
little
that
part
bed.
up. No, that flag wasn't on the back of that truck. That flag, it wasn't like the pole wasn't in the holder that
They got
down here.
closer. They got closer footage too, like when he ran through that bitch too. So
Yeah, the footage is a little bit closer.
Plows through New Year's Eve
Oh, that bitch was on there. Either that or
New Year's Eve.
Yeah, it was something that swung around when the truck spent the bin though.
Plows through New Year's Eve celebrations on New Orleans Bourbon and Canal streets. 24-year-old Abdur Jabbar assumed someone was having
So, yeah, that's
still
video
footage
right
too. So yeah.
Right, they probably got better footage I could find somewhere else. Now the other video I got is them in the guy's actual house, not the Airbnb. This is house that was in Texas, and I think they said he was supposed to be.
We talked about that too. Yep, with the had something out there in Texas. Had his mama. They done took the mama car and everything. Yeah, bro. They done told the mama car and everything out there, bro. It's a lot, man.
What?
She definitely on the right path.
What? She ain't nothing to do with it.
I think they was using the car or something. I don't know, but they still trying to figure it out. FBI say they don't know nothing. Call us in. They done got over 400 calls, and that's how they done found out what they done found out now. I got some recent stuff that they done came out and said. I'm gonna play a little bit of that. Play a little bit of that later.
As soon as this video stopped buffering, we'll get to this one here, because this is another one where they were talking about the inside of his place.
Attacker visited. This is they saying this is the attacker's second time visiting New Orleans too. He took him a little route and all that.
Well, how would they know that though? You see what I'm saying? How would you know that if you wasn't already under suspicion that this person was going to do something?
He had the Google camera glasses.
We're here
inside the.
All right, so this is coming from the New York Post, and this video is them touring inside of the supposed home of the person who committed the attack on New Orleans, right? So it's some. I saw another video, and the guy did point out some stuff, and I want to highlight that.
Is that
too,
the Texas home,
because
or is that the?
This the Texas home. Now look, it said, and this kind of threw me through a loop because they was like, take a look inside New Orleans terrorist Samson, Jabar's home. I'm like, are they talking about the Airbnb? Because that bitch was supposed to have been done, got burnt up, but they in his house in Texas. So I want y'all, and the reason I'm bringing this video,
they saying he terrorized New Orleans, but his house is wherever the fuck they about to tell you.
Yeah. So
just a terrorist.
The thing that I noticed about this is that a lot of this just seemed a little too well placed to say what she gonna be saying, and I'm gonna pause it when she get to it so y'all could peep out what was being said.
New Orleans terrorist home. You can see that it's.
Oh, first and foremost, when the fuck does active crime scene? Because even though the crime took place in New Orleans, right? When does this part right here where she at become a non-crime scene where journalists get to go inside of the house of the suspected terrorist? Right? When the fuck they started letting them do that?
Been clearly destroyed, the door at least, from the FBI raid yesterday. But if we walk through the home, we see some signs of.
Okay, so right here, you got look like a workstation, one of those standing workstation, a file box, what look like ID card printers, right? A whole little. I wish I knew how to zoom in on this thing, but that's a workstation right there. They got, like I said, a file box, is that a monitor? Or that look like a monitor? That is a monitor. Ain't this a bitch? That's a monitor or some type of little board is on a little platform or a stand. I swear this look like a ID printing situation.
What he was up.
This looked like the little area where he was doing the videos at, where he, with the video that they showed him sitting down talking. This looked like that little area right there.
It's a shotgun too. Okay.
Right, because that looked like the bathroom back there.
What shotgun style? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That looked like the bathroom area back there.
And it's a one hallway going straight to the back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He had this work area here, lots of different chemicals splayed around, and
look how well placed all that.
Over there.
Yeah, but look, that go look like some type of credit card or something right there. This look like the little sleeves, batteries, like all this stuff look a little too well placed to say, he was leaving this residence. Why would I leave all this there if I'm moving out? Because that's what she gonna say. Like his lease was up. The people that lived next door to him said his lease was up and he was moving to New Orleans. So again, why would I leave all this? That's look like a CD book sleeve, a can of spray glue, different little pieces of it. But I don't see what she talking about. Oh, you could see a bunch of chemicals. They only got one can on that thing. What bunch of chemicals?
Different electronics. This is again a work setup.
I see a lot of electronics, man.
Right.
Just very unkempt in here. If we go over here, actually.
Why you ain't talking about what's on this table right here? You see what I'm saying? What's on that table? But you want to
He
show
got
us
on
other
tights
areas.
in a fanny pack. Stupid goof ass.
You can see the Department of Justice.
Now, how we know that's from the actual Department of Justice? You see what I'm saying? Even though they gonna show it, why is it so well placed right
How
there?
long he been
Like,
there? How long he been in this apartment?
that he been there for a little minute.
He can't be.
Yeah.
Documents
that
here.
That apartment don't look like somebody been there for a minute.
That's the same thing I was thinking. Looked like he just moved in that motherfucker.
Warrant and the property that they recorded here, which seems to be
Bottle of sulfuric acid,
look
box of
like counting
screws,
shit.
bottle of sulfuric acid. So instead of saying three
Bruh,
bottles of
if he
sulfuric
all
acid,
wrapped up
acetone,
into that shit, that kitchen's supposed to be tore up.
simple acetone, 6A, white substance inside a bag labeled potassium nitrate. Sample of substance inside white bag, potassium nitrate, 7A. Small
And they supposed to
pistol,
have boxes of food and everything, man.
small pistol primers box, burner
Ain't no Arby's
with
and no
white
Chick-fil-A,
residue,
no Wendy's.
a thermometer, a stir stick, a lab stand,
Nigga ain't got
be a
no
lot of
spaghetti, no ravioli cans,
nothing.
no dishes.
A stir stick, lab stand.
Let's go back through that kitchen. Let's go back through that kitchen when she walked in with the dumbass tights on. Let's go back a little bit. And let her walk in the damn kitchen again. Listen to what I'm telling you, P. If you stayed in the spot for a minute, what your kitchen look like this, knowing you working on bombs and shit.
Fuck
Let's
no.
go through it.
You're gonna have
I'm
shit
just asking.
everywhere.
Come on, let's look. Look,
Matter of
speak
fact,
up.
can we get a full view of the island? That's what I want. I want a full view of that
Shit out
island.
of clean as fuck.
You can
They got a
see
crumb on the motherfucker.
the Department of Justice documents here, the search warrant, and the property that they recorded.
shit.
There seems to be a lot of chemical.
I was trying to catch them last.
That
few
was the
items
stove
on the
area.
list.
You saw that stove? That was at the stove area.
Again, just left in
Like
disarray.
him never been in use.
There's a bedroom back
That's why I
here.
asked you how long he been there.
Now what's this? A bag? A bag of milk? Or look like some grits?
The refrigerator look old. Look at
Right.
this.
That's an old refrigerator. Look, he got little cooking little things in the cabinet.
The fuck?
Right? Some Pam. Some Pam. What they call that? Cooking spray. Little box of salt, some pepper.
What the fuck? Where your pans at? Where you just cooked some
Right. I
eggs
just
or
look
something
because
for
I don't see
breakfast?
no
Or
big.
your
I don't see
oatmeal
no.
packs opened up.
I don't see no pans under this in this cabinet right
Where the
there.
boxes are? What the fuck going on?
And
Just saying, bro.
Look,
Where your
cabinet.
toaster?
empty
If you're gonna have
look,
toast,
look,
you
that's
got
what a
bread
cabinet.
there. Where the fuck is?
Look, empty cabinets, a roll
Look
of
at the
paper
stove.
towel.
Stop playing with me, man. Man,
That
stop
stove
playing. With me.
old as
Look at that
hell.
stove.
That
It
stove
is, but it's clean too, though.
Look,
It's way too clean.
little dish tubs.
It's way
Look
too
like
clean
a-
to be making bombs all day, nigga.
Right, a thing of water would look like some more spices.
Nigga, I'm making bombs all day, nigga. I'm making bombs all day, bro.
Look like the
That's what
nigga
I'm
was in
saying.
there.
How-
Look like he really was in there
He
just
couldn't have
cooking
been
up
there
some
that long.
crack. That nigga was in there
He
cooking
couldn't
crack.
been in there that
dog.
long. Nigga got a big ass box of baking soda. He do got a
Some
big
water,
ass box of
some
big. He
dish
need that
soap.
soda.
Scrubbers, a Kool-Aid jug. Shit. What is that? Is that what I
Bro,
think
this
it
shit
is?
weird, Them brushes don't even look like they being used.
Is that Armor All? That's what I'm saying, bro. This shit look too well placed to say this was the nigga that was supposed to be doing this shit.
Appears to be his collection
Yeah,
of
Kool-Aid
Look,
pictures
a
sitting
fire
there,
extinguisher.
bottle of water over there.
Is that a mop bucket in the fish tank? Or is that a vacuum? Yeah, a little TV, some more paper towel. Or look like some paper towel. That looked like a 3D printer right there.
religious materials.
Look, suitcase. Hold on. If I'm
It's
supposed to be moving, why would I leave my most important stuff? Look how well placed that is. You see what I'm saying? That looked too well placed. Watch this. Watch this.
His Qurans, an open Quran with a passage.
Now look at that bookshelf, bro. I'm making bombs. I'm planning a terror attack.
That's what I'm saying.
Why that don't look like an actual Quran with metal doggone page holders? That shit look weird.
As well as
Yeah, I don't know if that's a setup, but you know what I'm saying? Like just a kind of setup to
that look like a dictionary. A
up there.
motherfucker took and copy and pasted some shit and then just threw this
Oh,
in
it's
there.
a stand. Oh, okay. I see
Right.
I see what they're saying.
Right, but
Yeah,
look
you
at
saying
this
that
page.
They got all that
versus
extra
the-
stuff on it.
Yeah, look at this. This don't look like nothing in the Quran that you would see this and then this. You see what I'm saying? This is weird. This look like you just pasted that in there because you knew he was a Muslim, right? We don't know what the fuck that say, and anybody who's American who converted to Muslim would have the Quran written in English.
Yeah, I wonder if somebody. Yeah, I wonder if somebody know, or spoke on this book and the validity of this book, because that'll say a lot too.
Right, because this don't look like. I'm sorry, I just don't believe that.
Why is it two different squares too, though? Why is it? Why is one
Exactly,
big
that's
white
what I'm
square,
saying.
one small one? I don't know.
Because
neither.
that
You right.
looks
This
like
questions.
somebody pasted in the book, like somebody
Yeah,
printed
it's
up this
questions.
page right here, and we're gonna paste this right here. We're gonna paste this right here. Because you're trying to. Because my thing is, you're trying to make it seem like something more than what it is.
even the Bible here.
Oh yeah, hiding something that's something bigger than what you're trying to show us.
Exactly. And then she said they got the Bible in there too, which the Bible is a good cross reference between the Quran, because most of the Quran
That's
was
the
based off
closest
of the
to.
Bible.
Yeah, they close. Yeah, they on the same level. That's the two two
But
elders
mostly
anyway.
books on Islam and his prayer rug just to the left of me here. And if we go back, there's another bedroom here.
How you know that's a prayer mat? Did you open it up and look at it? You could have been walking on a prayer mat already.
You can see he left all these.
Nah. Personal hygiene products. Right?
In the
That look
corner
like
right
nothing.
there.
Yeah. That's a mirror. That look like that might be some body wipes or some butt wipes or whatever like
Why is
that.
it in the corner right there in the hallway?
No, that's in the bedroom. That's
that's the
going into the
bedroom again?
bedroom. Yeah. That's going into the
You can see
bedroom.
he left all these belongings, contact lenses.
But why is it in the corner on the dresser?
Now look, a jar of Vaseline. Hold on, let me get this down off the screen. Real quick. That's a jar of
seen the mirror.
Vaseline. Some pills,
This man here.
right? Some pills would look like it could
Allegedly.
be some. Well, no, that's a pill bottle right there.
That could be some. Nah, that could be some salsa poppers or something. Like
Yeah,
airborne,
true.
something like that. It's a
Oh.
kind of if that's a pill bottle, that's a weird. That's a long like weird.
And then there's stuff from Walgreens to CVS, so it looked like some personal hygiene or some stuff to take care of some grooming and stuff like that.
I don't know. It just
Cotton
looked, it just
balls.
looked a little off to me. That's
Right.
It could be though.
You're right. It does look off, but we can't say that this
Cotton
was bomb.
balls.
Well, cotton balls. Yeah, you.
I don't know.
can-
It looked like
you
some
can-
nigga just got some shit from Walgreens right quick and set it in the car.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't know what none of that shit
Great
is, but
value.
don't be up here speculating
CVS.
that all this shit was bomb making materials. Look, inside
still in
New
the
Orleans
box.
Terry Sampson, the Jabbar's home, bomb making materials.
Vaseline and
found.
pills make bombs.
All right, there we
Contact
go.
lenses, personal belongings.
Contact lenses. Really?
Contact
Really?
lenses. You mix the Vaseline with the contact lenses. Okay.
Bathroom.
Let's go into the bathroom.
This
Let's
seems
see.
to be some sort of workspace again with other chemicals here.
Well, she ain't going in the bathroom.
Look, mouthwash.
They ain't had time to dress up the bathroom.
Right there, you go. Oh, now look, we got a scale. Look, we got a scale. We got some paper towel.
We got.
So how you working in there and you working in there? Okay,
All
so
right,
you working on
and look,
3 different
that's
projects. So they trying to
at
show that
one
he's
time.
working on 3 different projects. He Batman in that bit. Okay, that's what's up. What kind of military training does he have? Did they?
He's an IT.
We gotta get into that. We gotta get into that.
He worked in the IT department. Didn't I say don't bring no
What
balls?
all
up
he
my
did.
front? Don't bring that in here.
Yeah. What all they got him doing is way
say
past
he doing.
IT then.
Right.
Oh yeah, what they're alleging as lone wolf activity is a lot of different things that he's doing at one time. Is what I'm saying.
Look, and if you notice this bottle right here, why you don't want the
You don't learn
labels
all
seen
this
on
shit
bottle?
in IT. You don't learn.
No,
all
you
this
don't.
in IT.
You don't. A little liquid.
Hey,
what
dude,
they
wait,
call
what?
that? Liquid
Use
rust
all kind of
remover.
shit.
That man might have been working to get a house together or some shit like that because he was in real estate. But look, who's to say this ain't a bottle of nitrogen? What they call that? That facial cleanser, Neutrogena. This look like a bottle of facial cleanser. You did say you found acetone and all that in there. That man could have been working as a nail tech.
Shit is placed. Shit is placed a little perfect to me too.
Right.
I'm
On
seeing it.
some kind of
Wait.
station set up here. We're not really sure what that was for. And
Now look at this.
what we can assume.
Why is this like this? If this is bed, which that bed is made way too perfectly.
That's toast, huh? Oh, you talking about the green part? That's
that's the
toast
bed.
on the bed.
Why
My
the
bad.
totes in the bed, right?
I'm
Why the
about to say,
totes
what the
in the
fuck?
bed? Then again, you don't know what none of that is or what was going on because he was supposed to be
Exactly, because they didn't
moving away
already
from that
disposed to
house.
have. When Andy didn't already ran through it, allegedly, and then did what they done did too. Watch how her ass get to be in there.
Exactly, because that's still but it's still a crime scene though. She not supposed to be in that. Period.
Supposedly, allegedly, P. Allegedly.
Allegedly, right.
There's also a bedroom. You can see clothes left here, and
Look, why we had to hang this? Look how they got this hung just so ever.
She might want to buy the crib.
Look, this is hung just ever so quaintly.
I had one of those, nigga, and nigga, I had one
Thank
of those.
you.
We used to,
That don't
we used to
make-
rock that too at one time.
Right.
When
That
Busta
don't make
Rhymes
you a
came out with
Muslim.
Arab money, they
There
had
you
buku
go.
niggas started wearing that shit.
Yeah, that don't make you a Muslim.
It don't make me
Just
nothing.
a
Yeah,
sign
the people
that
was selling that shit at the
someone
corner
was here
store
up
and shit.
until those last few moments when neighbors said he left just
But
before.
that is his outfit. That is the
Oh.
other shit. Is outfits the long sleeves and shit.
Okay.
And
Look,
that's the
I want-
team. Look, that's Timu, y'all. All that's Timu shit. Rewind it. Go back by the cloth. Timu shit. Telling you, P. That's where the nigga got that flag from. Got that flag from Timu, dog. Think I'm playing.
Nah.
Look at that rack. Look at that rack, nigga. Look at that rack.
Yeah, that is.
Attention to that rack.
is. That is.
Look at the little plastic. Look at the little
These
plastic
little
cappings.
plastic boxes. Yeah.
No.
And the handful.
Look. No, the beams. Look at the beam of how it's made from the closet.
Oh, right here.
You got little plastic caps. Now press
Yeah, to
play
hold
and
it
pause
together.
it right quick. 1 second. Like 1 or 2 seconds. Press play in 1 or 2 seconds. You gonna
Right
see
here.
it on the other side.
Right here at the bottom.
On the other side, biggest cuff. It's biggest cuff right there in your face. Wow.
This one
You
here.
see that plastic cap that's holding it?
Uh-huh.
You yank it. There you go.
Yeah, that's from Timu.
Timu, nigga. Timu. Know how I know? Because I got one, nigga. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me out in these goddamn streets. See, they can talk to people crazy all they want, bro. But when you
who
know,
know-
you know it.
Right.
Yeah, bro.
a sign that
Nah, it
someone
take
was
you.
here up.
Nah,
Look,
look.
I'm gonna tell you.
Why
Let me,
didn't I
I'm gonna
talk
go a little
about
deeper,
what's in
P.
here?
Look. No, I'm gonna go a little deeper. And the reason why I brought that up, it wasn't just to shit on what's going on in that man's house, right? It's about what you said if it's gonna be considered a conspiracy. How long does it take to make one of these makeshift ass little shelves right quick to set up a room to make all this shit like that. Man, that shit, I put that shit together in 10, 15 minutes, man. Not even that long.
Exactly.
So, setting up stuff and looking at this, them corner store skulls with the Arab shit, like that was in style. Like I said, in New Orleans, that was in style at one point in time after the storm and shit. So,
and guess what? I wanted one of those little scarves, bro. I wanted one. I just
this
didn't
is
have
a
the money to get
makeshift.
that bit at the time.
This
But
could
I still
possibly
want one.
be a makeshift area. It don't take that much to set
Make
up.
it look
That's
like
all I'm
something.
saying.
Yeah,
And it
don't.
does, and everything does look kind of
thrown in there,
set up too perfectly. Yeah. Like when you
one
walk in
is
somebody's house, you could tell what they're doing or what's going on with them.
just by looking at the house, but that's way too perfect.
Coming in there, how she coming in there, is stuff not in the same place of what you would do if you.
Then
let's say
furthermore,
you use the knife.
Then look, this
I don't know.
something
It's
else
just
we gotta
certain
think
little
about,
things.
too.
That's all
If
I'm
the
saying.
feds done bust that door down, bro, that door would not be standing up there, propped up in the doorway like that. That door gonna be
Well,
still
they
on
propped
the
the door
floor.
up, of course. No, I didn't. No, she didn't come in there like she bust in there. So I get
No, I'm
that part
saying
of it. They
if the
put the door on the
feds,
side.
what I'm saying is if the feds would have bust that door in like that, that door wouldn't have been propped up like that. That door would have been laying on the floor still. Cause they not
But that would
gonna
have
say,
been
well, let's
too determined though, Pete, because you don't know if they just laid the door on the side. That's what I'm saying. You can't really, because they just laid the shit on the side, so you don't know where they kicked it in at. That's why that's why I say that. But as far as like looking
the
at
way she coming in there,
dishwashing
yeah.
liquid and looking at the
Nah.
tables, what's set up on the tables, how clean the kitchen is, but it's supposed to be looking dirty. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? You know what a dirty kitchen look like, nigga.
Right. You know what a kitchen that's set up to
You
look
know when
clean look
somebody
like, too.
cooking. I'm
Right.
gonna put it like this: you know when somebody is cooking in the kitchen. Okay,
Yes.
there's no ifs, ands, or
'Cause
buts
ain't no
about it.
ain't no
You
goddamn
know when
way
they done
that
either
stove
just
was
finished
white
cleaning
like
that bitch up, the
Uh-huh.
counter, and come on, Pete, what in the
All
bread?
that
Come
was-
on, stop it.
all
He
that-
by
all
himself
that
making
was-
bombs, bro. Ain't no jelly or
bitch-
nothing on the motherfucking counter.
They
Stop
gonna
it.
have shit everywhere in that motherfucker.
I'm just saying, you might didn't have time to wipe it up. I get that part of it. You see what I'm saying? But I gotta see the resin. Look, did you see the stove?
You gotta see something. Yeah,
They
that
put the
stove
old-
was way
they put
too
the
clean.
old ass
That shit was way too
Come on, bro.
clean,
You ain't
man.
fry no eggs, none of that Muslim. I don't know no Muslim foods. I don't know what they like. I don't know if they even like nothing different. They
No
might just eat
beans.
what we eat. But
You got
I'm
no
just
bean
saying, you
pies.
ain't cook your nut brown and know why you making EMP and stuff.
Wait, 1 too many mics open. So yeah, bro. But see, that's what I was looking at when I first saw this video. Like, wait, that shit look too well placed to say
Timu.
all
I'm
this
shopping like
was
a
going on,
billionaire.
and but this,
Man,
but
put
this the
that-
other thing too. This the other thing.
10 minutes.
Watch what she about
So y'all
to say.
pay attention to that.
So
No, I'm
watch-
just talking to the people. I'm listening. Go ahead, Pete.
No, I'm about to tell you, as well as the people. Listen to what she about to say when she get ready to leave out this room. And this just made it more evident to me that all this that they talking about right now was stuff that they just threw in there to make it seem like something. Watch this shit.
Up until those last few moments when neighbors said he left just before the New Year's holiday, saying he was done with his lease, it was up, and he was on his way to New Orleans where he would live there. Didn't take any furniture because he said his new home would be furnished.
Hello?
He ain't got no money or nothing. What his job was.
He was a real
'Cause
estate
that's
agent.
not. See, look how.
That don't mean he had money though.
But why's? I understand that, Pete, but bruh, it's not matching, bro.
None of
It's
that
like,
shit
bruh,
matching.
It's not matching, bro.
My lease up. I'm leaving.
looking around that house, bruh. Listen to me. I'm a real estate agent. I'm not gonna do the a little extra and find a little loopholes where I could have me a little house to stay in, but I'm acting like it's something I'm trying to sell, or some bullshit. I'm staying in this shit with all this extra makeshift stuff. It's not adding up unless they're trying to make it seem like, well, he ain't had no money because he was spending all his money on the electronics and the devices that he need to get to make the bombs. I don't know, Pete. I'm just looking at his living conditions and looking at him as a Muslim.
That don't matter.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
Muslim brothers supposed to keep this shit clean.
It's not coherent to me, right? Not only that, P, it's like, it's weird. I'm just saying, it's just weird, brother. Like certain things you just got, like you can't put your finger on it, but just certain things you got identify when it comes to certain, when you tell somebody is that, that's what that is, so you know what to look for. Like if I tell you about to eat gumbo,
I'm looking for the shrimp.
See what I'm saying?
I'm looking for the crab legs.
You're not looking for meatballs in spaghetti, right? You're not looking for spaghetti in your gum. You see what I'm saying? It's like that. Like if somebody hand you spaghetti and meatballs, you'd be like, "You just told me gumbo, bitch. What the fuck is this?"
It's pasta yumbo.
It's giving me that feeling. You didn't say that. You said no. You didn't say that. You said gumbo. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't try to change it. You said gumbo. So when you see the spaghetti, that's the feeling I get when I see.
When you see stuff like this, and
when I see this show with the girl with the spandex in the pouch.
Because it looked too well set.
This is the news, though.
That shit just looked too perfectly laid out for you to come in and say, "Oh yeah, he was making bombs in here." No fucking way. First of all, why would you
green tights in the pink?
I'm not gonna be sitting up there making bombs where you could easily just walk in my shit and be like, "Hey man, what the fuck you in here doing?" No, that's too much out in the open. You know what I'm saying? Even for the area where he was living at, it looked like it's nicely secluded, but still, that's way too. It's way too picture perfect, so to speak. And I think that's a lot of what we be seeing with the media. They want everything to be picture perfect to fit what they about to go in there and talk about. So let's go in here and we're gonna take this soap, this facial cleaner, and turn it around and say that this is some kind of chemical we don't know what it is. That could have been a can of Axe body spray laying on. Remember that first can I said that was sitting on the counter? That could have been a can of Axe body spray for all we fucking know.
Come on, man.
And then for the
look at the shelf behind her.
Right.
Look at the shelf behind her.
With a little dartboard.
Look at the clamps. Look at the clamps. Look at them same plastic clamps. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You put that shit together yourself. You order it. That shit come to your house in a box, man.
Dude looked like he was up in there making some type of artwork or something, bro. And that,
man, dude looked like he wasn't even living there, man. Looked like they said that
right.
shit.
We're gonna see this
take
way
that much. It don't take that long to put that shit together, P. I'm telling you, that's why I'm saying, keep bringing that up, bro. It don't take that long to put a lot of that shit that's in there together, bro.
Not at all.
A lot of shit just look like is laid in place in there, in the furniture that's in there. It's makeshift furniture. That's my point. It's makeshift. It's right quick. You could you see what I'm saying? It don't like as if you was building a stage show. You know what I'm saying? For Broadway or some shit. Like you just need this in place right quick. So yeah, bro.
So that's it for this one. That's just to go over some of the stuff that they were talking about when it comes to this brother. But now we're gonna look at the what they talking about with the dude from Las Vegas and this particular guy right here that did the attack on New Orleans. So check this one out. And I hope they don't have no ad that I gotta
want the fastest working GLP.
Leave the ads out right quick.
Come on, thing. Stop playing with me. Why is it that rain?
Hotel, as it's still being investigated as a possible terror attack. Right now, more questions than answers as several connections begin to surface between the explosion and the New Orleans terrorist attack on New Year's Day. Authorities say they are confident the driver is the man you see right here on the left-hand portion of your screen, 37-year-old Matthew Livelsberger, who was badly burned. He was stationed at the same military base, Fort Bragg, as the New Orleans attacker, Shamsa Dean Jabbar, the man on the right-hand portion of your screen. There has not yet been DNA confirmation of Livelsberger, but officials say they are confident it's him after identifying his tattoos. He was an active-duty U.S. Army Green Beret and served multiple tours in Afghanistan since the 2000s. Another strange coincidence is both use the same car rental app, it's called Turo, to get their vehicles. Now, the FBI said there is no definitive link between the two, but given these odd similarities, possible connections are still being looked into.
Right there,
motive
Pete,
to
if you could pause it.
rent the Cybertruck.
Okay.
Because that's the part we got to talk about right there. Before they even try to brainwash the people who listening. We got to stop it right there. Nah. The car company itself
has nothing to do with what happened.
Has nothing to do with what happened. It has
At all.
connection with the people in Fort Bragg to be using this company. So my thing with the FBI is, why isn't this a connection? Or why isn't this more than just a coincidence when it comes to y'all doing investigations? Knowing that we just had a big ass UFO and all kind of shit just happened with that shit.
They don't want your flying drones no more.
You ain't gonna look. Yeah, it can't look. No, it dwindled down all the way into drones. It dwindled all the way down into my bad, y'all. That was anyway. Shut down all kind of shit, but y'all would not look at something that simple though. Is my point basically.
Exactly.
Something that simple is a connection of that. Why would the FBI tell y'all this, people? These people know what's going on. These people have been doing a lot of fuck shit behind the scenes
for decades.
And the connection with these dudes coming from the same place and the same military background too.
Military background coming from the same base. Also, both committing attacks within the same time
Camp
frame.
Lejeune. Didn't they have some problems with the water in Camp Lejeune and they were just suing the shit out of everybody?
Yep. Now, how we know that these people who were affected at the Camp Lejeune thing aren't the same said people that might be out here doing these things here? If this is what's happening coming out of Fort Bragg.
But guess where I was about to go with it? I was just about to go with just something a little, just a little more simple, because I don't want, I don't want to speculate too much. But it's like, it's crazy that you would have a situation that happened like that, and for them to ignore it to where people had to actually get sued and shit and won the shit when the judge looked at it.
Exactly.
So like y'all was really pumping through fucked up water for no reason. And looking at the Fort Bragg situation, so that opens up a case of what the fuck is going on at Fort Bragg. Like what was happening at Camp June. You see what I'm saying?
Right. What's going on with our military?
Experiments and all this shit. Like, what are y'all doing?
These men
that's creating this mental health situation, because they love to say mental health, right?
PTSD.
What is y'all doing military wise that is creating these mental health situation where these guys are snapping out and doing shit like this, brother? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's definitely have to be looked at. This is not a coincidence, people. Fuck what the FBI talking about. Let's rewrite or rethink of how we listen to a lot of the news.
Well, when I came across it, I'm gonna tell you, it made perfect sense to me to think about the movie The Manchurian Candidate. We're gonna drill you, program you to be a killer. All you need to know is the magic word, and you can go out and do whatever the fuck we pre-programmed you to do. A man who was an IT specialist now all of a sudden knows how to make bombs. I'm supposed to be the man that come in and just fix the computer when the bitch break down. But now I know how to make bombs? But then again, let's think about this. Matthew Lieberberg is a Green Beret who is trained to make bombs. So what are the odds that, say, bro, I'm gonna come down there to New Orleans right quick and help you make up a couple of bombs, and then we carry out the attack that we supposed to carry out at these timelines together. Because how far away Las Vegas is from New Orleans? Hour-wise, like maybe about, what, 12, 13-hour ride? 9 hours, something like that, they said.
Sure. I'm not sure.
You know, but they basically was alluding to the fact that during the time that Jabbar was doing what he was doing, old boy was carrying out his attack at the Trump Hotel around the same fucking time.
Oh.
And they both from Fort Bragg. Ain't no way they gonna say they don't know each other. One been in the military for a couple of a decade or better, and the other one been in the IT department for a little under a decade. Man, ain't no way you gonna tell me these niggas don't know each other, bruh. I don't care how big or how small your military base is. You literally learn who is who on your base. Ain't that the way? Ain't that like going to college or high school? You know who's who. Word of mouth get around. Yeah, that brother been in the Green Beret for going on 15 years.
Like
now.
a fret, or being with a fret. Huh?
You see what I'm saying? There's no way you gonna say they not connected, because there is the connection of them being stationed at Fort fucking Bragg. Now you may be able to sit here and say, oh, because they were stationed at Fort Bragg, they never had any contact and communication with each other, but you don't know that. Neither do we. All we know is that these two men who committed these crimes are from the same military base, and they both were, one was unalived by supposed self-infliction, and the other one was unalived by forced, what they call that, suicide by cop. You know what I'm saying? That shit just, I mean, the it's there. And what they call them people? Kamikazes. Homeboy went out kamikaze style. I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna take a bunch of people with me at the same time.
Yeah, that definitely what you would call that. What that's? Am I mistaken? It's Japanese.
Yeah, kamikaze. Yep, Japanese style.
Yeah, the word itself. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Japanese word. That's Japanese.
Yeah.
But that is precisely what we're looking at right now. Nah, I'm really not on 100% of Lieberberg with the him unaliving himself moments before the ordinances go off in the vehicle, but that's just weird to me. That's just really weird to me. But I want y'all to finish in what they're talking about, because this is about to get interesting, and this is where I still say a lot of this shit is just too well placed in situation for us to believe that this was just two separate, isolated coincidences.
Leibelsberger's motive to rent the Cybertruck from Colorado, then drive to Vegas, then in a matter of 15 to 20 seconds park in front of Trump International and shoot himself in the head before the vehicle exploded, it remains a mystery. Officials are still working to figure out how the explosion was triggered. Fireworks and fuel canisters were recovered from the trunk, and Leibelsberger's family members speaking out is just raising even more questions. His uncle spoke to The Independent saying he is, quote, like a Rambo type, for a lack of a better word. He used to have all patriotic...
What was Rambo? Rambo was a Green Beret. Did Rambo want to kill himself? Nope. What did Rambo do? Rambo sat up there and made weapons out of nothing. This nigga got shot and burnt the bullet wound closed with gunpowder. Come on, man. What are we hearing? What are we hearing?
Stuff on Facebook. He was 100% loving the country. He loved Trump, and he was always a very, very patriotic soldier, a patriotic American. It's one of the reasons he was in special forces for so many years. His uncle continued saying that Matt was a very skilled warrior. If it was him, and if he did in fact do this, he would have been able to make a more sophisticated explosive. He is what you might call a super soldier. He could have found...
Boy, that's repping. That's repping hard. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, he repping. He repping hard. But haven't we heard about these super soldiers once before? What we always say.
I think he just called him a super soldier. I don't believe he's a super soldier. I think he was a part of the military. He had probably a good rank of knowing how to do stuff. Well, my point is, like, he's saying he's repping on the way he did it, basically.
Right,
like, man. If he wanted to,
if he really wanted to do it,
he was all American super soldier. He could have killed 1,000 people instead of 100. Nigga, relax. This is not a good thing. You're supposed to be repping on right now. Thank God he only used firecrackers. How about that?
And if you notice,
you see what I'm saying, P? Like, it's weird. It's very Cajun. It's very country bumpkin. It's very redneckish for him to
say it that way.
Rep on how powerful he could have actually did. So he could have never did this. That's weird. Because the same thing we looking at of our people ignoring that this nigga melanated then ran through about 7-8 of his fucking people.
Right.
What is going on, P? Is people paying attention, or they just letting TV watch them?
I think it's the latter.
No, go ahead. What you was about to say? So what you say? So I ain't want to stop you. Yeah.
So
because we got a little
hear about this. When we do hear about this, we still gotta think about it. When you are a part of one of the military's elite groups, you do have the capability to do exactly what this man is talking about, fashioning bombs and so on and so forth and stuff like that. So I'm not one to shy away from the fact that this could have been one of those situations. But again, why? Oh no, that's what I was about to tell you. I got sidetracked. So I'm gonna finish this part. Why do we not believe that these people have them capabilities? The furthest thing I would think that this man would use would be rudimentary fireworks. When okay, if I'm so patriotic and I want to make a bomb, and I got military backing, which I could use that discount at a fireworks stand somewhere and buy up a shitload of stuff and take the gunpowder from that and use other things that I know could make the bomb much more powerful. Why would I just stop at a cylinder of whatever type of flammable chemical and some basic fireworks when I could disassemble all that shit and make a much bigger bomb? And then look, I'm in the military, so who would suspect me of rolling this rolling suitcase in here with a massive ass goddamn bomb? Right? I got a rolling suitcase. I could put a big ass bomb that I just made at home in this suitcase and roll that bitch into this hotel and blow up the whole fucking lobby area. While I park my truck underneath the parking structure, shoot myself in the head, and then figure out that, mind you, you still gotta set the fireworks off. So I gotta set the fireworks off around the same time I'm shooting myself. That way, once I do this, it ain't no coming back. That's kind of hard. That sounds very complicated. You know what I'm saying? To do while trying to set off some fucking fireworks. Like, if I'm gonna pull this trigger, the timing gotta be excellent. Or unless he had a dead man switch. That's the only other thing I could think about him having is the dead man switch. But if I'm sophisticated enough to have a fucking dead man switch, I'm sophisticated enough to build a better bomb. I'm just saying.
Is somebody declaring war on something? I don't know. What you think, bro? Because if he can't do all that at one time, and his brother saying he was a super soldier, you know, people gonna think, well, maybe your brother wasn't as super as you thought he was. Maybe his dumb ass really just did it like that. So, what could be the possibilities while we play the rest of this video?
I'm gonna say if they're doing anything, they're declaring war on people's intelligence. And the reason I say that is because there's other things that's happening, and we keep being distracted with things of this nature. Yes, this is a terrible situation that happened, but they got plans that's gonna take decades for us to figure out how to get ourselves out of that. You know what I'm saying?
Did Cyber Guy take anybody out, or it just blew up before it could harm anybody?
Nope.
It's just itself,
Didn't take nobody out. Didn't even do no damage to the building.
Let's continue. Okay, let's continue.
Check it out.
Fashioned a bomb that would have obliterated half that hotel if he seriously wanted to hurt others. So you can see why this case is really confusing here. CBS News reports his father spoke with him last on Christmas Day and said all seemed normal, echoing what his uncle said, that he loved America. But the New York Post reports the Green Beret's wife had just broken up with him 6 days before this incident, and Livelsberger left his Colorado home after his wife said she knew about an affair that he was having. Of course, as more details begin to develop around this case, we'll bring them to you right here.
He was having an affair and all that. See how they all in that man business? They know all that. He didn't know he about an affair, but...
Rule number 3, you can't get rich slow. When I owned 100 houses...
All right. Here's another video I had I wanted to play for y'all that they were talking about the actual explosion. Oh shit, where is that? Let me get Brother Malcolm down. Cause we ain't at eye for eye tonight, Brother Malcolm. Here it is.
Moment, a Tesla Cybertruck exploded outside of Trump International Hotel in Las Vegas. The blast occurred on New Year's Day shortly before 9 a.m.
Now look, that's on the inside the hotel now. Look at the glass. It didn't even do no damage to none of the glass. The glass is still intact. So if that really was supposed to be an attack to do damage, all that shit would have been...
So it's war on America for voting for Trump. And y'all can't even blow up glass at the Trump Towers with fireworks explosions inside the Cybertruck. This is what I'm hearing.
Don't that seem kind of crazy to you? But it blew the hell going. And look, it didn't even do enough damage to really blow up the truck. It just blew the top off.
I thought we was trying to.
It just blew the top off
from New Orleans, bro. But I see you trying to make your point with it, though. It's a connection.
Killing the driver who was inside the vehicle. At least 7 people nearby also suffered minor injuries. Authorities found the truck packed with charred fireworks-style mortars, camping fuel, and canisters. Police said the lack of damage to the home.
Look at the truck. Now you would think all that you just showed me in the back of that fucking truck, that truck would be obliterated. All this shit should have been, all them glasses should have been broke the fuck out. But ain't no way you gonna tell me where the smoke burns from the fire up here in the Raptors, right? Where's that at? This shit just be seeming so sketched and set up.
Hotel was due to the strength of the Tesla, which remained mostly in.
And who is one of Trump's people right now? Tesla. Oh, okay.
Intact.
The fact that this was a cyber truck really limited the damage that occurred inside of the valet because it had.
Wait, hold up. Another thing too. Where the valet people at? Ain't they supposed to be there to come get the key to the truck, to take the truck to go put it in the parking garage?
Most of the blasts go up through the truck and out. In fact, if you look on that video, you'll see that the front glass doors at the Trump hotel were not even broken by that blast, which they were parked directly in front of.
The explosion came hours after a driver rammed his rented pickup truck through crowds along Bourbon Street in New Orleans, killing at least 15 people. The vehicles in both cities were rented using the app
She just got
Turo.
missed.
Do I think it's a coincidence? I don't know. But what I can tell you is we're absolutely investigating any connectivity to what happened in New Orleans, as well as other attacks that have been occurring around the world. We're not ruling anything out yet.
The dramatic blast is also being investigated by police as a possible act of terror.
Why wouldn't you want to say it's an act of terror instead of it being
know why?
a
Now, look,
possible
Pete, they
act
just
of terror?
told you that they said look out for copycats of the incident that happened in New Orleans. So they have more information than what they're telling us, brother, but they're telling us the information in these different ways as if this is two isolated incidents.
When it
And
could
we know
potentially not be
when it
two
could
separate
potentially
isolated
not be
incidents.
two isolated incidents
Uh-huh.
by people. It ain't even potentially.
'cause we investigating-
It's us versus what they're telling us. You see what I'm saying? And we have to make sense of it. That's what I was telling the people Friday. A lot
Right.
of this stuff they wanted to seem one way, but they know more information by just these little sprinkles of shit that they tell you.
Right.
Why even tell people that if you saying this is an isolated or another lone wolf thing with Trump or whatever? You see what I'm saying? It has nothing, but you then you connect it to the shit, knowing that it's relative by how what happened. So you try to jump in front of the bullshit instead of just like telling people what's really going on with this shit, man. Y'all made it seem like ISIS was fucking gone, man. Y'all made it seem like this shit right here didn't have nothing to do with what's
Nothing.
going on with this man. Then you put it up with the Cybertruck, and he could have been smart enough to make a bigger bomb. Why he used like Pete? You see what I'm saying? Like everything has nothing to do with. Well, why would somebody go to this extreme in both cases?
Right.
You know, and
Yeah,
that's
they
why I
gotta-
brought up a lot of that shit too with the camps and shit, because when you made the connection with the camps, it's like, okay, well, what the fuck is going on these camps then, or what happened?
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? It should be the investigation should be going that way versus just making up some shit to say that people should be comfortable right now. No, you shouldn't, and y'all should be tired of keep doing that same dumbass shit. Go ahead, OP.
All right. So the reason I skipped out of that one because that was it that I had wanted to talk about with those two. This is where the meat and the bread come together. And I don't like the way this fucking lady talks, because she keeps saying the fucking man name wrong. And I think she's doing that shit on purpose, because it was definitely pissing me off. But she brought up something that
she probably is.
She brought up something that me and you talked about, Chop talked about, these PSYOPs and all these little government entities and the different things that's be going on within the government that we don't know about. The possible, like I said, the possibility that this could be something like a Manchurian candidate type of situation, stuff like that. So I just wanted to play a little bit of what she was talking about, but I stopped it at this particular point because she's gonna get into something with the connection, and I wanted to see how far she would go, because a lot of what we already know as far as the stuff that y'all was able to present Friday versus the stuff I was able to present today is basically giving us a good timeline to work with, so we could try to keep putting the puzzle pieces together for ourselves versus listening to what the feds and the news media is saying, because they're going to leave out stuff intentionally because they don't want to let it slip that this could be a potential situation where we got agents that work for the government that went rogue and just said, fuck it, I'm going to do what I want to do. And if it mean my life, it just mean my life. So that's that part. So I wanted to just check out what she was talking about as far as this.
And this claim, along with the ISIS flag that they found on his truck, led authorities to investigate and believe that he is affiliated with ISIS and that this was an ISIS attack. Moreover, on these videos is that, where did I have this in my notes? These videos were just, the videos were posted. There were 5 total videos that were posted on Facebook. But here's the thing. It's not like he was posting these videos weeks or months in advance. He posted them mere hours and minutes in advance of the attack. So the 5 videos on Facebook happened at 1:29 a.m., between 1:29 a.m. and 3:02 a.m. And then the attack happened at 3:15 a.m. So this wasn't like a history of posting videos and proclaiming his support for ISIS and proclaiming that he had joined ISIS. This was just mere hours right before the attack. That to me is a little strange. His family reportedly were interviewed. They said that he had joined Islam, that he had converted, and that he had some erratic behavior ever since he had converted to Islam.
Nah. Did we hear his family say that? Because the only person who spoke was saying that what? Oh, it wasn't normal for us as a family to get together, like talking about it. He would just drop by every so many months to check on his dad and help out around, you know. That
yeah, so what part you were talking about? That didn't sound right.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Because she's saying, oh, well.
No, I'm asking you, P. Listen, I'm asking you, what part you talking about that didn't sound right? Because all I heard was him being a Muslim. So what part you
what she's saying is, when they talk to the family, they say ever since he converted, he started acting erratically and stuff like that. That's not what I heard his family say. They said he did change his style of dress up, right, since converting to Muslim, right?
He did get a little more into it,
right?
Yeah,
he got a little more into it.
Yeah, she did try to. Yeah, she tried to
throw it in there like this man was.
He just jumped into it, but no, he been a Muslim, but.
He just
it was like
started cleaning up his act a little bit more according to the religion, right?
Yeah, grew his beard out. Yeah,
started started fitting the mold a little bit as a Muslim, but erratic meaning he's doing all kind of weird, crazy shit. No, that's not what I heard his family say. You know what I'm saying? But again, we talking about the people in the news media and how they want to portray a person. Because they didn't talk to, I didn't see them physically talking to Lieberberg's family, right? They just took quotes from what his family said. And that's not to say that that's actually what his family said.
Right.
When we actually heard from the person himself described how his brother was, even with the 18-year age gap. That's why I say I understand why you be saying the media ain't shit. Cause look how she's trying to play this brother, and look how they played the role for the white boy versus the melanated brother. Or we gonna make him seem like he the total most evilest person to ever walk the face of the earth because he a brother. But this one here, his family get to say he a super soldier and all that shit, and that he was very patriotic and loving the country. Well, why the fuck was
he an extra terrorist?
Right. So how the fuck he go from loving the country to trying to blow up a hotel where one of the president's hotel? You see, if we gonna paint the picture of a motherfucker being evil,
and that's true,
let's paint that picture.
Exactly. ISIS is a group. Y'all calling him a lone wolf. So
exactly.
The same thing's supposed to apply, Happy. The same supposed to apply. What's going on?
You cannot say he's a lone wolf if he belonged to a terrorist organization. But you can definitely say that about old boy. But
for the white boy, right?
Wouldn't the U.S.
Well, he could have did better because he's colder than what he's saying he is.
Right. But wouldn't the U.S. military be considered a terrorist organization to other people around the world?
To the enemies, yes.
Yeah, to the enemies of the U.S. military.
He's a trained op. Yes.
Exactly. So if we're gonna paint the picture of a motherfucker doing something evil, let's leave it at that. He just did something that was evil. Not that he's a lone wolf, not that he's a part of a terrorist organization, not that he's a super soldier,
Let's
not
figure
that
all
he's
that
not
out.
part of a terrorist organization.
Exactly.
They just did some evil shit. Point blank.
All these narratives,
leave it
though,
at
but
that.
see, that's
Yeah,
how you
the
know
narrative
something that
is-
was going on because they can't.
And to keep giving us this scenario that this is what was going on when you don't have the slightest clue of what was going on only tells us that you just keep trying to push the bullshit in front of our face and say, here's your dinner. Enjoy. You know what I'm saying? Don't keep putting bullshit in front of my face and then expect me not to want to know, well, why you said this about this one, but not saying this one about this one, and why you doing this and not doing that? You know, now again, while we standing here looking at this photo, and she mentions that the ISIS flag, she is correct. But look what side the pole is on. The flag is they laid that flag out, not knowing that they laid that flag out backwards and have it upside down. They laid that flag out because that flag in the original picture wasn't even open. Yeah, they gotta lay it out.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because in the original picture, the
They
flag
let
was
them
still
lay it
wrapped around the fucking pole. You see what I'm saying? And then look, back in the corner, one of them yellow storage totes. When he swung the corner, that storage tote should have flew off the back of the truck the way he hit that bump. Because he hit the bump while making the turn. That storage tote shouldn't be back there. Not the one that was in the apartment in Texas. I'm just saying. Should be laid out a little too perfect.
Only in these last few months. So he converts to Islam, has erratic behavior. Then he posts these videos online, suddenly showing support for ISIS, and then does this attack. Let's see here. Now let's talk about, and then there's this flag, and I want you to notice that this flag, by the way, is upside down. So this is.
And how would you know that that flag is upside down? Do you know how to read Islamic writing? I'm just saying.
The ISIS flag, but it is upside down. And we'll get to that. We'll talk about that inconsistency in a little bit. But let me get on to one of the questions a lot of people have, which is what happened to the road barriers to protect pedestrians from the
Now, this is the part me, you, and Chop was talking about earlier.
vehicles?
Because this some shit she said that sources in the city told her this.
So places like New Orleans, you see this all over, like Austin, Texas. There are road barriers that are put up in order to prevent vehicles from driving on. It's not just to prevent pedestrians from attacks. It's also just to prevent lost vehicles from taking a wrong turn and getting onto a road that is heavily populated by pedestrians. But it's also for to protect from drunk drivers who don't realize where they're going and suddenly they're running into a crowd of people. That's what these road barriers are for. And there's a variety of different types of road barriers out there. There are some that are just posts that a car would not be able to drive through. There are some that are actual metal barriers on hydraulics that come up out of the ground and then they flatten for times when traffic can be there and then they stick back up when traffic cannot be there. And a lot of people are wondering what the hell happened to these barriers. They should have been there protecting all of these people. And they usually are. But interestingly, they weren't during New Year's Eve. And the reasoning was apparently the Bourbon Street Bollard Assessment and Replacement Project began just in November, so just a month earlier, and was scheduled to be completed in February. So they were under repair, and they just so happened to be under repair from November until February. At the time of the attack, 11 out of 16 of the locations had been replaced. So most of them had actually been completed in that month of November and December. They had done most of them, but there were just a few, 4 of them, that had not been replaced.
That just only goes to say that the 11 out of 16 that did get completed, were they operational?
Negligence.
Look, were they operational? And then the other part is there was no barrier like that on Bourbon and Canal. They don't have one of them.
That's what we were talking about earlier. That's what we were talking about.
They never had one of them
at
Bourbon and
just
Canal.
like that lady said, they had some of them set up, but they didn't have these. So because of that happened, they didn't do this, and this was getting ready for. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro, these people. Man, that man could have kept going if that fucking thing wasn't right there, bro.
That little crane with the light on it.
That fucking cherry picker crane wasn't right there.
That boy was gone. It
It's
wouldn't have been able
a
to
little
stop.
bit of street. He didn't want to crash. He didn't want to crash into the street. He wanted to keep straight as possible because we all know, we from down here. That's not no
Right.
wide ass street, though.
It's not.
Especially when you spin the bend in that bitch like that.
And the further
And you
down you
going
get, the
full
narrower the
throttle.
street get too. Yeah.
You going full throttle, bruh.
Right.
Come on, man.
At least 70, 80 miles down that street. At least 70.
That nigga got like a good 3-4 blocks, man. That was a wrap on his ass. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Get that cherry picker
This shit
crane
was
in.
over with, man.
And he
He
ain't
was
want
damn near
even
about to
try.
run into something anyway, because that's how close everything is. People thinking that shit like a wide area because it
not.
brings so many people. It's not. It's very fucking. It's
closed
narrow
in.
compared to the amount
Yeah.
of people that it brings, and people
Right.
gotta understand that shit. When he did that shit, man, God saved a lot of people, bruh. The Most High was looking out, man. Cause I'm
Yeah.
telling you, bruh.
Because
It
it could have it could have
a
been
lot more people that
way
really be
more
out there
packed
from
in.
when I remember.
Yeah.
That shit ain't drawing
Fuck.
them crowds like it used
What
to.
that
man.
is,
That, and I
I'ma
looked at that
see.
as like, well, damn. That's a
when-
blessing.
when-
People getting more in tune with, they self and, But yeah, go ahead.
understanding. I don't have to be out there for this bullshit. I could spend time at home with my family. Sick. Oh, but something I was about to say. Now, I'm glad you mentioned like how it was when we was children and teens and early adulthood. I was driving Lyft out there. What is that? 2019 for Essence, bro. For Essence, they had 800,000 people down here that year for Essence. So I could just imagine how, and it, like they say, it was already a low turnout because of the Sugar Bowl and New Year's. For New Year's and Sugar Bowl to be happening at the same time in New Orleans, that was a very low turnout. And for me to know that at some point there was 800,000 people down here as far as 2019, and for the Sugar Bowl, there wasn't that many people down there. That just goes to show you that a lot of people just probably was like, you know what, we done been down to New Orleans already. We could go by mom or dad and have a good New Year up there, eat some food or whatever. And then Christmas, the Christmas holiday had just went through, and there wasn't even a lot of travel down here for that. You know what I'm saying? So you right, bro. The Most High probably did put it on a lot of people's mind to stay down here around this time of year. You know what I'm saying? And that just goes to show you, man, like a lot of this stuff that we be wanting to partake in, we don't have to. We really don't. And you know,
it's wearing thin too. These old traditions is wearing thin.
Because it's getting to be more expensive to keep with an older tradition. You know, like yeah, you know, we used to go out there on bourbon.
I think it's more mental because they spend money on going out and going do shit. I think it's just tradition, like I'm saying, like the tradition of things is changing. Like the kids understanding that there is no little baby at the New Year's that dropped with the bowl. You feel me?
Right.
They're not.
Well, the ball definitely got dropped this year. That's for certain.
Ball gonna get dropped, but they're not into these old things, these old religions, these old traditions, these old tactics that worked on us, that got us out there to do things and to be a part of. They're not into that shit no more, P. You put a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh or anime theme out there, some shit. Fortnite New Year's Eve. You see what I'm saying?
You'll get a lot of
gamers
out there.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. All right, nigga don't want see no fucking little baby with the goddamn top hat on no more, P. All that shit over with. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Right.
But we all still have the understanding of New Year. It's a new year, yeah, and you celebrate it. But how, right? What's the tradition? You see what I'm saying? They're not into that. We know about, you know, you kiss and you be with your family, you know, and we do our black shit. You make your cabbage and you make your fucking black eyed peas. Come on, Pete, stop playing. That's the shit I'm talking about. The old tradition shit that makes it better, or what we know from it. Like they're losing that. They're not into that no more, and it's a part of what we're seeing, and it's a part of why this man didn't kill as many people as he was alleging to do, though.
Or able to.
He could have killed a lot more people, bro.
Yeah.
If that bitch was pumping like in 2004, nigga. 2003. You see what I'm saying? You remember New Year's Eve in 2001 and 2002?
Oh yeah.
New Year's Eve, nigga, on bourbon.
At least 500,000 people on bourbon alone.
That motherfucker, though.
You bumper to shoulder to shoulder trying to walk down the street.
Man, ass to back to
ass
shoulder
to
to
back,
shoulder,
to
nigga.
shoulder.
Man, yeah, you right
Stepping
behind
on
somebody, man.
You stepping on the back of
Stepping
somebody.
on your shoes.
Somebody.
You better not go out there with no icy whites. Yeah, man.
G nice. You better not.
You don't even get to
go out there with the fresh
you don't
G's
get
on.
to see nothing. You see what I'm saying? You just cut off of what boy you won't go into. You cut off because everybody walking down that bitch. See what I'm saying? That shit wasn't like that though.
Not at all.
That's what I'm trying to tell people. That's what I'm trying to tell
even
people.
on nights
go
when bourbon
look at
busy.
some of the old news and shit. Go look at some of that shit. Y'all gonna see what I'm talking about. Man,
Look
they had
at-
fucking people out there. I saw that
Matter
shit
of
when that
fact,
man ran through that
you
bitch.
really-
I said,
you wanna
damn, they
see
barely
something?
had people out there.
If they really want to see something, look at how many people actually out there on Bourbon Street around that time, and just put that picture in your mind of a truck barreling down the street with a crowd from Mardi Gras out there, motherfucker. That's how you, if you want gauge a reaction based off that, because you know Mardi Gras, we get millions of people down this motherfucker, and they all go flooding damn near to Bourbon Street after. And before you know it, Bourbon Street is wall to wall packed with people. The line to get in the restaurant, you can forget it. You want something to eat, you gotta go outside Bourbon Street to go get something to eat. Cause them restaurants is stoned. They ain't shutting the kitchen not closed until 3. The restaurant could be not closed at 10. But the kitchen ain't closed until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning because they got to get all them orders out. So just imagine, you know, like Silent saying, put your mind on that. Look at the crowd that they show you for Mardi Gras, and then imagine a truck flying down that street around that time. Then imagine what you see. You see what I'm saying? That ain't just a couple of people. Like what? That's less than 20 people that died. You know, yeah, more than 20 died. More than 20 on the injury list, but less than 20 that actually died. Now imagine a street with at least 2,000 or 3,000 people on that motherfucker at one time. And put that in your mind as a truck flying down the street. Cause you ain't got nowhere to hide. You ain't got no room to move because you got that many people around you, and he driving down the middle of the street. Yeah, it's gonna be some dead people. But let me finish this up so my brother could get to his.
Oh yeah, Pete.
Original bollard system was installed in December.
That nigga would have had tire trays of
become
people, bro. How many people
unreliable.
was out there?
So the black removable bollards previously installed proved unreliable, were non-operational. Mardi Gras had caused blockages in the old bollards, leading to their failure. So in the absence of functioning bollards, the city had implemented alternative security measures, a white gate. So they were using these white gate barriers. It's like, you know, you could easily drive over that, but for cars so that they know.
This is that's her video fucking up, by the way, y'all. I thought that was me at first, but that's her video.
Down that part of the road, so they're really as strong as like the bollards or the metal gates on hydraulics that come up that would actually the car would come to. You know, of course, the white barrier could actually just be plowed down, but nonetheless, they said that the white gate barriers were being used in areas where the bollard removed, managed by the New Orleans Police Department. A cruiser was parked at the section to block vehicles' access to Bourbon Street. So they just had a police cruiser sitting there. But despite these measures, the attacker was able to circumvent the security setup. The suspect drove around the police.
All right, that I just wanted to play a little bit more. It's gonna be a minute before she get to the side op shit, but we know what we looking at when it comes to that because we done talked about it, and there is definitely a big connection, and it's got something to do with our military because we've seen, even in my personal life, one of my former instructors at my at college I was going to, much as he talked about.
So you saying in your personal opinion, you think it does have something to do with the military?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of my instructors, bro, who made damn good money. It wasn't nothing about money. It wasn't nothing about women. It wasn't nothing. He didn't have no children. He didn't have any children, so it couldn't have been about a child. He was dating this woman. He wasn't married to her, so he could have left at any given point. She was doing like little stupid shit to work on his nerves, but fuck, he had been with her for a good little length of time. His brother had cancer, but his brother beat the cancer. But you know, he had a major operation done, and it did disfigure his body a little bit. But he was like, you know, all in all, you know, I'm glad my brother's alive. Da 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 da. But one thing I did kept noticing that he talked about a lot was his time in the military and how he was like, if people want to go to war with our country, that's basically like saying I want to commit suicide. So if we telling you stay away from us, like he'll be like, if I'm based over here and we telling the people stay away from over here and they come over here, they basically committing suicide, and I'm gonna be the one to help them commit suicide. And then he turns around and kills himself out of nowhere. That was like a what they call that, a blow to the gut. Like I felt like I got punched in the stomach when I found out. I thought, wait a minute, this the man who talk about going to war, fighting war, loving being able to go kill the enemy, turn around and kill himself? And I always thought that that was the weird thing. But now that I'm sitting down thinking about it and looking at what I'm looking at right now, I think that had something to do with the way he was trained. You know what I'm saying? Over the course of the years, when you ain't got nobody to fight, you feel like you ain't got no reason to live. So that's it for me, y'all. That's all I had to present. I just wanted to see if I could try to tie a connection together. I'm glad you were talking about that though, Pete. Because look, let me show you what they saying about it. Because I want the people gonna leave us with this. You know what I'm saying? And leave them in saying this basically. What they think about it and how they going along with it. Just the FBI, and this is the. You know, they didn't have the little council meeting. They all got together, Pete, and they're saying, well, this is the information we got. You know, just talking crazy. Kind of just saying it right now. That's how they going to be talking. Yeah, Black Star said we loving the fact that we got 2 shows. And yes, that could be a sleeper cell situation.
Thanks to information provided by you, the public, this investigation is crossing state and international borders as our agents follow deep by the public. They're taking the public information. Georgia, Tampa, Florida, and international. FBI Houston has recovered evidence at its home there, and the work now shifts to our specialists at the FBI laboratory. Interviews are being conducted with hundreds who have been identified as knowing pieces of this complex. We have also tracked that Jabbar traveled to Cairo, Egypt from June 27th. All right, Pete, you heard that? Talk to me nice. A few days later, he flew to Ontario, Canada on July 10th and returned to the U.S. on July 13th. Our agents are getting answers as to where he went, who he met with, how those trips may or may not tie into his actions here in our city. We've also discovered that Jabbar made at least 2 trips to New Orleans in the months.
Wait. What did I miss?
See, the man went to Cairo.
That's Egypt. Okay, so.
Yeah, he went to Cairo, Egypt. This will add on to the ISIS thing, right?
But that doesn't necessarily mean that he had any ties to ISIS, though.
He took the Google. He had the Google thing, and this is his second time in New Orleans. The first time he did, like I was telling you, he did like a tour of New Orleans through his Google glasses. You was asking how they got that information. They got it through glasses.
Like them little metal glasses things.
They look like frames. Yeah, they look like regular little glasses frames, but they're actually cameras. He did he got a bike. He did a little bike ride and kept going. He Black Star, come on, man. You know damn well you right as a motherfucker. So that's the part I was asking Black Society earlier, you know, of how they feel about culture and all this here. Why they not speaking up about this guy knowing that he's melanated now? What's going on? You know, why isn't there an outcry in our communities of these people that says it's all the same and it's all, I don't know. But he's definitely not FBA. So I'm trying to figure it out, Pete. Here we go.
FBA full.
To focus on filling in some of the gaps and giving you a greater understanding of the planning that went into this horrible attack by Shamsuddin Jabbar. We are also sharing videos showing Jabbar placing the IEDs on Bourbon Street and videos he took as he plotted this hideous attack.
Thanks to information provided by you, the public, this investigation is crossing state and international
Here go
borders.
another nigga.
As our
Information
agents
by
follow
y'all.
leads in Houston, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, Tampa,
Look.
Florida,
Tampa
and
too, Pete.
international.
Look. Listen.
FBI Houston has
They ain't
recovered
taking nothing about no
evidence at
Tampa.
his
Listen.
home there, and the work now shifts to our specialists at the FBI laboratories.
Mm-hmm.
Interviews are being conducted with hundreds who have been identified
Hundreds.
as knowing key pieces of this complex evolving case. We have also tracked that Jabbar traveled to Cairo, Egypt from June
Mhm.
22nd until July 3rd of 2023. A few days later, he flew to Ontario, Canada
About a week
on
and some
July
days.
10th and returned to the U.S. on July 13th on 2023. Our agents are getting answers as to where he went, who he met with, and how those trips may or may not tie into his actions here in our city in New Orleans. We've also discovered that Jabbar made at least 2 trips to New Orleans in the months prior to the attacks. One in October and the other a month later in November of 2024. From what we now know, Jabbar stayed at a rental home in New Orleans beginning October 30th, 2024. He was in town at least 2 days. During that time, Jabbar, using meta
So,
glasses,
so why that bitch was
recorded
burnt up, Pete? You see what
a
I'm saying?
video
Listen
at
to the
Jabbar's
timeline.
French Quarter on a bicycle. This video shows Jabbar during that trip in October with his meta glasses. As we continue to learn more about that trip,
See,
we asked
he
anyone
visited
who may
in
have
November
seen or
too. They say he
interacted with
visited
him
in
to
November
contact us.
before he came down.
Now, for more
It's the meta
information,
glass shit I'm telling you about.
meta glasses
Look,
appear to look like regular.
I left it right there, but I'm just,
So they
just
know.
putting it together. He went down there. He took a whole little trip down Bourbon on his own, yo. Y'all can see that there's no barricades down none of them motherfucking streets.
Right, no
Continue.
bollards.
Go ahead.
As the lady was saying, no bollards. There's nothing there stopping, and part of the big problem that I still
This nigga on the
maintain
bike saying,
is-
"Oh, I could go straight through this bitch." Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's how he was looking at it. Look.
I could drive straight down this fucking street right here, and I'm gonna wind up all the way over here. I ain't even gotta go down Canal Street.
Well, I'm pretty sure he knew how important Bourbon was too, but he looked at how open it was. He probably thought, or probably figured that bitch was a little more blocked off than it was, but it wasn't. Pete.
She not in the
It's a
daytime.
bit bust open.
Right, it's bust open. It's bust open
Okay,
like
so
that in
what's
the
the
daytime.
difference?
But at
I'm
night,
trying to tell you.
the
What's
difference-
the difference
The difference
between
is that
the
nighttime
daytime
crowd.
and the nighttime? Thank you.
You know the
Now,
nighttime.
my thing is, if you know this already, the residents can't have. I'm gonna go back to what I told you in the beginning. They can't have security and comfortability.
Not at all.
You fuck how much money you have, okay? You can't make your
can't-
shit look like a security port lockdown with metal detectors and all that shit at nighttime, then roll all that shit away by the time it gets
daytime.
6 o'clock. Knowing that, all right, Pete, stop. You see what I'm trying to tell you? You see? You can't. And these people want that to happen some kind of way or try to make it seems like that can happen because they live in a certain area or they make a certain amount of money, or people who think or don't know shit about how that shit really works, thinking that you could just pull that shit up out your ass. No,
they
man,
don't.
it's only 24 hours in a day, dog. It's only 24 hours in a fucking day, bro. And you got people drinking by 12 and shit. And
12 o'clock in the afternoon, motherfuckers out that bitch getting
yeah,
drunk.
and they ain't leaving till 6 in the morning. How you able to take all that shit down and make it look regular like a normal day by 3 o'clock in the evening? You see what I'm
You
saying?
can't.
Like it's
You can't. Ain't no way to make
it's
that
fucking
shit happen.
insane, bro. It's fucking insane, bro. You know. That's what I'm trying. We talked about that, Black Star, about that delivery shit. Y'all, man, what?
Ain't no way.
Ain't no protocol and shit. See, look, Black Star saying it too. I told you.
They don't have no type of way to. You can't do nothing about that. Like
I got. Look, yes, you can, but you gotta pick which one though. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Right.
They have to pick which one they want, and they can't keep making it seem like it's something else. They gotta choose what they want.
Right,
because security. If you want security,
what you call that?
The
French Quarter District.
Go down
now?
the street and bring that shit down there. But if you want conveniency, then this is the dudes get to pull up, and make their delivery. That's what I'm trying to tell you, P. They be wanting to make the money, bro, but they don't want to go by the guidelines of the safety part of it. I'm telling you, they're gonna have to pick one or the other, and we gonna see which one they pick by whatever happens in these few months come to pass, bro.
Right.
So since this shit didn't happen, it's definitely gonna be a hot topic. So
yeah, and then Super Bowl right round the corner too. Shit.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we gonna make it look like it, or this? Look, watch this shit right here, and we could roll out, bro, after this.
But the bollards were in the process of being fixed, and tonight the city council is demanding to know why they were missing. Authorities say Shamsuddin Jabbar rented a truck in Houston, which he used to plow into a crowd of people on Bourbon Street. 14 victims were killed and 35 others injured. Senior investigative reporter Tanya Iser is in New Orleans to bring us up to speed.
This block on Mandeville Street in New Orleans is back open a day after we saw FBI and ATF agents searching this house behind me. This house is the one that was rented by slain terror suspect Shamsuddin Jabbar. Video from outside that house that was taken not long before the attack shows him by that white truck that he used to plow into revelers on Bourbon Street on New Year's Day. You'll notice the soot and burn marks around the front door of the house. Authorities have said a fire broke out here and they're investigating what caused it. Neighbors here told us they were evacuated for about 8 hours following the fire. They also told us federal law officers cleared out late last night, and they are still shaken today.
There's one part disbelief and then one part lingering fear, and we haven't gotten to the anger and dismay yet, but it's just kind of hard to believe it's so close to home. I mean, we're all reeling with the Bourbon Street. Look how close to home it is. It's a little too close.
FBI officials have also confirmed that they seized 2 laptops belonging to Jabbar from this house and that they're examining.
Got some more laptops, P. They got more laptops. They got more laptops.
Now this was bothering
burned
me.
Down, P. The whole
From the
house didn't burn down, P. All right, I'm trying to tell you what's going on, brother.
That. But I'm saying this from the video that they're showing, saying that this is the house that he was going in and out of. That don't look like that same fucking house.
It's the same house from October, P. It's the same house from October. Remember?
Different. But yeah, I get it, bro. Like we got a lot of shit that's still waiting to come out, and if he got laptops and he got meta glasses, ain't no telling what else he been fucking doing. New Orleans might not have been the only place he planned on targeting.
What he was in for the military? Was he in the recon? What
he was in the IT department.
Don't they fuck with shit like meta glasses and?
Yeah, they fuck with all that shit.
Oh, I'm just asking, Pete, because
they fuck with all that shit. The bar making part is what kind of threw me through a loop. Like, nigga, I know you good with hacking computers and building them bitches up and dissecting problems, but to say you gonna fuck around with some explosives, that's why I really think him and old boy probably joined.
How far is electronics from explosives, though, Pete? Come on, stop.
No, the electronic components, yes, I could see him fucking with that.
I'm gonna go old school with you.
Mixing
No,
the materials
I'm about to make it make sense for you.
Explosive material. That's something different.
Pete, I'm about to go so simple. You're gonna be like, "Nigga, you play too much." Bruh, you ever seen the cartoons or an old ass movie where they got a clock connected to the goddamn dynamite?
Yeah.
That's electronics. What does it take for you to connect an electronic device to some C4, P? That's what I'm
But
saying. You making it seem like it's
thing
so
is
far
that, but
fetched.
what I'm
Like
saying is,
you can't.
where would you get the C4 to make? You see what I'm saying? Where would you get the
You could get CP. You could get C4. Trust me. You could get C4. Trust me. Believe me. You could get it, bro. It's not far fetched, bro. It's not. You don't even need C4. I'm just using that just to be, just to go in your realm where you at to make it seem like it. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot, but it doesn't, P. It don't take a lot for electronics to mix with something that's explosive. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You know that, man. I'm trying to figure out why you're not making this connection. That's also you just gasoline, right? That blew everything up. That what you're saying? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I heard a motherfucker say take a bag of flour and soak that shit in diesel fluid and you got C4. I done heard that shit recently.
So an IT man wouldn't know that, but he would know how to, make a Bluetooth connection to an electronic device and connect it to something. You see what I'm saying? You would use what you're good at, right? But I'm pretty sure all of them know how to explode and with something and whatever they good in. A secretary probably know how to make a bomb, Pete. You feel me? Make it like a death bomb. That's all I'm saying. Like it's not about how it happened. It's about, really paying attention to the military, like you said, the training that he got with the technology that's used. What happened at these forts that we was talking about? What it's called? Fort
Bragg.
Yeah, what kind of training and situations was going on at Bragg? That I'm just saying, like, let's not focus on why he did it or he couldn't have possibly did it because of what was involved. I mean, if you think about it, what is called EMPs that he had, that's a part of ITP. That's a part of electronic. You're taking out electronics, though, so it does connect, it does match. But if we just get focused on it being a bomb, then we're gonna detach ourselves from the information that's been given to us. Because if he's into IT, that's in cyber shit too, Pete. You see what I'm saying? That's that cyber community too. That's all that type of shit. Cyber security, brother. Come on, think about it.
Yeah,
think about it. IED, Black. Thank you, Black Star. IEDs, that's what they call them. IED.
Improvise.
I mean, we can, Black Star, but if we're not interested around, then it brings a whole nother dynamic when people trying to make sense of it. So I think that's the people we trying to reach to, round. Yeah, we trying to reach them, bro. Definitely. But you see what I'm saying, though, Pete? Just to try to put it all together and not get lost into too much of what the news is telling you versus what that you could probably do in your own goddamn garage. What about the little pipe bombs the white boys was making and shit?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Them bitches
like
was
you
making
don't
pipe bombs.
Like Brown said, Google itself will show you some of this shit on some weird shit, but it's still gonna leave a trail mark though of you looking at shit up and all that. Yes.
Right. It's gonna leave a big trail.
Yeah, so that's what you're worried. Right. That's what you're worried about, and that's how they was able to track the shit with Ron right here. With the foreigner. Hi, Black Star. Yeah, FBA. He's a foreigner, man. These people not from here. P, do you know they got black Nazis? Did you know that? They live here to this day and got children that was raised here, just like Osama bin Laden, just like him.
Never knew about that.
They people come from other places, but they've been raised here for all these years, like the comedian Godfrey. There's people from Nigeria, but they came over here and they raised him as an American. That's how a lot of them was able to stay over here too, because they were raising American kids. But a lot of these people were a part of organizations and groups and all kind of radical, groups and shit. And they also raised their kids here too, P. And they get into shit and they realize this and they do this and they do that, bro. So I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it ain't. I'm just saying that all
possibilities are all there.
Quick situations that happen with him too, going to the Cairo and meeting up with whoever he's meeting up with, because obviously Hey, what? Nobody can answer this question when I bring up this. What did happen to ISIS? You know, why wasn't there a conclusion on what actually happened? And for them to say, you know, he was, you know, working under that, it raises questions. So, because our government is never forefront when it happens shit. If them people was tearing shit up out there, the last thing I remember, ISIS was tearing some shit up. They killed a couple of people, and that shit got quiet as fuck. Some other shit happened. I think Obama became president or something. Yeah,
at one point, they were talking about they had finally. At one point, I remember our government talking about they had finally eliminated the terror cell for ISIS. Hold on. I remember at one point our government did say that they had eliminated the ISIS threat and terror cell network and all that there. And then a couple of years later, we back with more ISIS stuff. And this was around the time they supposedly had went and got Osama bin Laden.
Wasn't they out there in Ukraine too, huh?
Man, they don't know where the fuck ISIS is, bro.
All
they could do is just keep trying to spin them stories that.
Bro, I remember them being out. I don't know, bro, but I think they're not telling us a lot of stuff that they telling us, and it's definitely intriguing to me. So we gonna keep this train rolling, people.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Well, all right, folks. I will definitely say that this has been a great episode of Blunt Talk NOLA, continuing coverage on the Sunday edition with your host, P. Dot on the spot.
Silent Child 17.
Child tracks in the building somewhere, or on wheels still.
We out this motherfucker, y'all.
All right. One love, people. Keep your eyes open and your head on a pivot.
Stay vigilant. Bring that smoke every time. Peace.
And we out.